listening to the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. KSAM Huntsville is 101.7 KSAM. You're listening to 101.7 KSAM, home of the Huntsville Hornets. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Hear every punt, pass, and kick of hard-hitting Hornet football on the air at 101.7, online at KSAM1017.com, or with the free KSAM app. You can also watch the game live at KSAM1017.com. Now let's join the broadcast team. Color commentator Brian Adams and the voice of the Huntsville Hornets, Rob Hipp, for the Cabins and More of Texas Hornet Countdown to Kickoff.
All right, friends, a pleasant good evening. I'm Rob Hipp, and welcome to a new season of Huntsville Hornet football presented by First Financial Bank. Today we are live on the road at Burt A. Yates Stadium in Willis, Texas, as the Willis Wildkats host the Huntsville Hornets. It's a picture-perfect evening for high school football here in East Texas. This year, Brian, we're proud to not only broadcast Hornet football on 101.7 KSAM as we have in the past, but of course now, this year, live video on the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. When we come back, we'll discuss the new season. We'll hear from head coach Rodney Southern and previews today's matchup. The Cabins and More of Texas Countdown to Kickoff continues in a moment. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Cabins and More of Texas offers a wide selection of portable cabins, sheds, horse barns, carports, and much more. So whether you are looking for more storage space or want to create a new space, we have a solution for you. With flexible payment options, including pay up front, rent to own, and traditional financing, everyone can afford their dream structure at Cabins and More of Texas. No credit, no problem. Drop by and see our buildings on Highway 19 in Riverside. For more information, visit camotx.com. Cabins and More of Texas is a proud supporter of Huntsville Hornets football.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, friends.
It's time for Southern Talk with Hornet head coach Rodney Southern. Brought to you by
Welcome back, friends. Rob Hipp alongside the former Sam Houston State quarterback Brian Adams. We are live from the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth, if you will, Brian, outside this afternoon here at Burt A. Yates Stadium. A good night for football. We'll hear from Coach Southern here in just a few moments. But, Brian, good to be back up here in the booth and good to be here on the first call of the official game of the Huntsville Hornets. Good to see you, my friend.
It's good to see you too, Rob, and it's certainly glad to be here. And we finally have football. This is something we've been waiting on for so long. The weather is absolutely beautiful. Teams look like they're heading into the locker room to get prepared to come out for the opening kickoff. And, Rob, I couldn't be more excited to be calling the game beside you tonight. What a great night we're going to have.
Well, we had a chance to catch up with head coach Rodney Southern, and we'll go ahead and send it down now to Southern Talk, presented by Charlie Used Cars, here on the Cabins and More of Texas Countdown to Kickoff.
Rob Hipp here pregame on Southern Talk, presented by Charlie's Used Cars with head coach Rodney Southern. Coach Southern, excited, glad to be back. It's football time. Before we talk about Willis coming up, though, Coach, 2 practices, scrimmages, if you will, of course, last week, but had that public practice. What's the mindset of these kids so far? You know, they want to get out there and play, but just talk about the mindset of the kids right now.
Well, I think they're pretty good. You know, obviously last week that was a situation that was completely out of our control, and I think they understand from my perspective that, you know, we did everything we could to try to find a game even on short notice. So the next best thing was to, which is situationally give them a practice, which is about what we wanted. And but I think mentally, you know, they're obviously ready to play somebody because, you know, for a lot of these guys, it's been since early to late November for a lot of them a year ago, since they've played a real football game or had a helmet on somebody else, because we obviously didn't get spring and then having what happened last week. But I think overall, I think they're in a really good place, and obviously Willis is a game for, I think they're where they need to be under the circumstances.
COVID has shaken up a lot of things for sports, of course, but quite literally for every one of us across the globe. Everybody's been affected in some way. How has this pandemic, affected this football team, and just your standpoint from a coach, and what have you had to change to kind of get acclimated a little bit with new policies and procedures?
Well, the biggest thing is, the social distancing, wearing a mask, what the true definition of that is, because it's kind of hard to tell a kid, okay, go run out there and hit these guys, but then put your put your gaiter or your buff or your mask up. But big thing for them and for us is, we still protocol every day. We check temp every morning when they come in. Every Monday we do a symptoms check. And I don't know if everybody's doing that, but, the thing that we don't want is obviously have a case. Now, they've had some situations, obviously, in the cafeteria where kids are, you take a mask down to eat, but it's getting something over than necessarily. We're sent at least 2 times a day, sometimes 3 when we're in the weight room a lot. But, so the kids are, from our safe as possibly get it, other than them not being here at all, which we definitely don't want. But we've adapted our practice schedule a little bit to kind of compensate for some of that. But, football is still about blocking and tackling, and you've got to, at some point, you got to go hit each other and you got to tackle. So, and we do a good job, coaches, and our custodial lady does a great job of keeping our stuff clean. We've got air purifiers in every dressing room. So, I think we have done just about everything we can, and we did that, 3 or 4 years ago with staph infection and the flu and all the other stuff. So we were already prepared for something like this, just not to this extreme.
Coach, final question here in this first segment. 30 plus seniors leaving the team, graduating, of course, and now you've got a lot of new faces, a lot of new young guys out here. Leadership definitely stepping up. Through these first 2 practice scrimmages, what are some of the takeaways, and what have you seen from some of the new leadership stepping up?
Well, the big thing is that, every team is a little bit different. That team a year ago, 34 of those kids and 32 of the 34 of them played for us since they were 7th graders. So, they knew the system inside and out. But if you look at this group of 18 seniors, well, they've all played for us since 7th grade as well. So it's not like they're new to the program. It's more of, okay, my role has shifted either significantly, or I was a starter a year ago, now I'm a senior and I'm going to be relied on. But I think this group is a little different. They're quiet, surprisingly, now probably away from us. They're goofy, 16, 17-year-old kids. I think a little bit of the head coach, because I'm not a big rah-rah guy. I learned a long time ago, you can rah-rah people, and that's good for a play series, and then at some point you got to decide, whether you can really handle the pressure of the situation. So we're more about trying to teach them, and we want them to be excited about playing the game, but but I think our guys, we've got a couple of linemen that are really trying to lead. Cody McLaren defensively, Ed Bobino defensively, are guys that have played in some big football games, and they're trying to do the things that we ask them to do. And we don't put as much on them because some of them are obviously have never played a varsity snap. So, but I think the collective group understands, and they also understand what's expected, which is, to me, at the age when you're dealing with high school kids, expectations are things you really have to be able to learn how to handle. And I feel really good about where we are as far as that's concerned.
Well, we'll step aside and take a break. As we'll come back with the second segment, we'll look ahead to Willis. This is Southern Talk, here presented by Charlie's Used Cars on the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Have you been thinking about replacing your current vehicle with a quality pre-owned like new vehicle? Charlie's Used Cars has a large selection of quality like new vehicles in stock and ready to go. No need wasting time driving around shopping. Just look up charliesusedcars.com or go by and see them at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Charlie's Used Cars has been serving the area 47 years and look forward to many more. Also remember, if your current vehicle needs service or repairs, they can do that too. Charlie's Used Cars and Charlie's Service Center at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. That's Charlie's Used Cars.
Welcome back, friends, to Southern Talk, presented by Charlie's Used Cars. I'm Rob Hipp with head coach Rodney Southern. Coach, this year, standard is the motto of the team. A little bit about that and what that means and how that came about.
We always looked every year at, everybody kind of has a slogan, whatever the word might be, but we kind of look at, what are we trying to accomplish as the basis of where we start that. And, and we feel good, obviously, where our program is today. And I think these kids, especially young guys, are first-year varsity, even juniors that are first-year varsity. There's a standard now here for what they have to accomplish. And sometimes that's hard to get guys to understand, but I think they can look at the guys that we have had leave here that are going and that are either playing or dressing right now in college. They also are starting to see some of those guys come back. Tavondre Sweat comes back when he can. Jalen Griffin was here the other day watching our inner squad. So we have guys now that are playing higher level, and they also know, we played 13 games last year. We played 14 the year before that. We played 10, and we had a game canceled because of the hurricane, so we would have played 11 that year. So I think hopefully they understand that not necessarily the standard everywhere, but it's the standard for us. And that's something we talked about, and we'd obviously like to be the standard for the state of Texas too, but we're still climbing that ladder, but we're a lot higher up on it than we were 3 years ago. So, but we also want them to understand there's a standard in a lot of other areas, how you act, how you dress, how you look, how you carry yourself, because all the time I'm Coach Southern on Sunday afternoon at Walmart too, and they have to understand that they're a football player. And you can either be good or you can be not so good. And fortunately for us, we've got some really, really good kids that understand that, and I think they embrace it. So we want people to think, when you play them, you better be ready to play because we're going to try to maintain a level of competitiveness that has been established guys prior to them. And you can look all the way back to the 1980s and say that, Joe Clements set a standard here, but these kids' parents, some of their parents weren't even born, when that happening. So we try to keep it obviously closer to us in terms of that, but at the same time, remembering that, there's been a standard here for a long time.
Coach, the long wait's finally over. Eager to get out there on the field, of course, facing Willis. Has been a long time rivalry, going back. I think the last loss was around 2013, and of course back then in district play, but now in non-district play, Willis has moved up to 6A. You can't put your guard down though. Willis, a team that's hungry. They almost defeated Tomball last week. This week, trying to get on that winning side. You guys looking for the first win on the first game of the season. Talk about the game heading in and just some of the preparation heading into this one tonight.
Well, the big thing is for us, they've had a game, we haven't. And there's an old coaching saying, it says that you make your most improvement between week 1 and week 2. Well, I hope this week that saying's not true, because obviously they've played a game They had some bad luck in the fourth quarter that probably cost them the game because they had an opportunity a couple times to win it, or at least to get it where it would have been much tougher on Tomball. But Tomball made some plays in the fourth quarter. A rivalry is always a little bit dangerous because you can focus sometimes on the rivalry instead of on the game. I try to, as best that we can, downplay rivalries because once the game starts, it's the same football game, regardless of who the opponent is. But Coach Wall's second year, you can see they have developed more in what they are trying to do offensively and defensively. I think the jump to 6A is something that, any school would have to adjust to. But at the same time, they want to beat us because we're right down the road from each other. A lot of our kids know their kids and vice versa. So I think it'll be a challenge because I think they're, number one, they're hungry. They're probably a little disappointed in how the end came the other night. But they're still, you can see they're still putting components into their, so we've got to be ready for the unexpected, and that's the first thing I told all our specialty kids the other day. I said, you got to expect the unexpected because, they've had extra prep when you look at it compared to us.
Coach, speaking about Willis, as we continue here in the pregame show presented by Charlie's Used Cars, some positions to keep an eye out for on the Willis Wildcat team.
Well, probably the guy that scares me the most is number 7, and it's hard to say what he is because he's everywhere. He plays in the slot. He plays both their X and Z receiver at times. He's their punt returner. He's their kick returner. He starts every snap at the corner. In my opinion, he's probably the best athlete on their team. The quarterback is a 2-year starter, and you can see he's much more, just watching him, I think he's much more comfortable in what they're doing. Obviously, a year ago, you got a new system, a new coach, how they do things. Their big running back supposedly broke something in either a wrist or a hand or something and didn't play last week. We him tonight. He gives them a different dynamic. He's a big 240, 250-pound kid. If he plays, obviously your inside run threat becomes a bigger issue. They're doing a little bit of some things we're having to do. They've got a couple 74 and 54 who are spilling time on defense as well. And, that's tough on linemen, especially O-line, D-line combinations. But, their whole football team, you can tell, is better in terms of understanding what they're trying to accomplish. But, we've got to know where number 7 on both sides of the ball and obviously in the kicking game, because I think he's, he almost ran a kickoff back the other night. He ran it all the way down to the 24, 25-yard. He's very, very dangerous. The other guys are big and athletic, and it's funny because it's number 7, 8, 9, and 12 are all big, athletic receiver, DB type kids, and some of them play a little bit on both sides. But the guys that don't get mentioned a lot of times are your interior guys because people don't pay a lot of attention unless an offensive lineman holds or a defensive lineman jumps off sides. But I think they have strengthened themselves on the perimeter, both sides, with those big athletic kids, and the quarterback is better. But if I had to pinpoint a guy, you better stop number 7.
Coach, appreciate your time this season, your accessibility. Looking forward to the game tonight, and we'll catch up with you. Good luck, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Well, that'll conclude tonight's Southern Talk presented by Charlie's Used Cars. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Have you been thinking about replacing your current vehicle with a quality pre-owned like new vehicle? Charlie's Used Cars has a large selection of quality like new vehicles in stock and ready to go. No need wasting time driving around shopping. Just look up charliesusedcars.com or go by and see them at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Charlie's Used Cars has been serving the area for 47 years and look forward to many more. Also remember, if your current vehicle needs service or repairs, they can do that too. Charlie's Used Cars and Charlie's Service Center at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. That's Charlie's Used Cars.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be. First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Have you been thinking about replacing your current vehicle with a quality pre-owned like new vehicle? Charlie's Used Cars has a large selection of quality like new vehicles in stock and ready to go. No need wasting time driving around shopping. Just look up charliesusedcars.com or go by and see them at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Charlie's Used Cars has been serving the area for 47 years and look forward to many more. Also remember, if your current vehicle needs service or repairs, they can do that too. Charlie's Used Cars and Charlie's Service Center at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. That's Charlie's Used Cars.
All right, friends, welcome back to Huntsville Hornet football here tonight. I'm Rob Hipp. Thanks for joining us. We'll send it down just for a few moments for our country's national anthem, and we'll get back to the Cabins of More of Texas pregame here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Welcome back, friends, to Huntsville Hornet football here on 101.7 KSAM and the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. We're still underway here. Brian, set for a good game of football tonight. And, you know, we're here at Willis. We had to get things started on the road, so working through a couple of little minor glitches. Not good internet service up here, but we'll get through it tonight. Brian, good to have you up here, my friend.
It's good to be here tonight, Rob, and it's exciting. We're going to kick off the season tonight down here in Willis. And Coach Southern said in Southern Talk earlier, he doesn't like to talk about rivalries much, but when you're 30 minutes away from your opponent, it's kind of hard not to talk about rivalry. Ought to be a great game tonight. Huntsville's first game of the season. Willis' second game of the season, so it's going to be interesting to see what takes place.
And we got our friends right there, so if you're watching on YouTube, hello to you. Rob Hipp with Brian Adams. We're excited to bring you Huntsville Hornet football all season long as we go back over to the field now and continue our broadcast here. Brian, a lot of folks making this happen. We'll get things started with the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter here in just a few moments. But Cabins and More of Texas is our countdown to kickoff sponsor. We appreciate them this season. And we thought that we would have I was taken by mistake a while ago. I thought we were going to have the national anthem. I'm not sure, what was playing down there just a few moments ago. It may have been the Willis' school song, Brian, so I apologize for that, man.
Well, that's okay. We, again, I can't be more excited to be here tonight. I absolutely love football. Played for the Hornets late in the mid-'80s, and this is such a tradition. Huntsville is just an outstanding ball club with Coach Southern returning after his, I believe, his 7th year this year with Huntsville. And one of the things he talked about in his interview with you prior to this broadcast, Rob, was basically it was attitude. And what you bring to the table when the ball is snapped. And Huntsville Hornets, they are a good ball club. And we're all going to find out here shortly just how good they really are.
Well, we'll step aside just for a few moments. As we continue to look ahead to today's games. We're moments away from kickoff. When we return, our Cabins and More of Texas countdown to kickoff continues. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
and More of Texas offers a wide selection of portable cabins, sheds, horse barns, carports, and much more. So whether you are looking for more storage space or want to create a new space, we have a solution for you. With flexible payment options, including pay up front, rent to own, and traditional financing, everyone can afford their dream structure at Cabins and More of Texas. No problem. Drop by and see our buildings on Highway 19 in Riverside. For more information, visit KMOTX.com. Cabins and More of Texas is a proud supporter of Huntsville Hornets football.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. KSAM Huntsville. It's 101.7 KSAM.
All right, friends, well, welcome back. We are live from Willis, Texas. I'm Rob Hipp. Let's quickly go over our starting lineups for the Huntsville Hornets, brought to you by our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. We'll start tonight with the Huntsville defense. By the way, we don't have starters for Willis. We couldn't get it. So that's the way it goes. We do have the starters, though, for Huntsville, of course. We'll start things tonight. Quarterback, the senior, number 7, Ethan Miner. The free safety, the senior, number 5, Jadarian White. A junior at safety, number 25, Waylon Zapoli. Cornerback, number 21, senior Jarrett Ortega. Rover tonight, number 18, the senior Cody McLaren. We'll go through the linebackers. It's the junior, number 10, Calvin Simmons. At linebacker, senior, number 27, Jaden Ross. Nose guard tonight, number 55, the senior Brian Bobino. And then those ends, the defensive end, the 34, senior, it's Sebastian Patterson. The defensive end, number 40, senior Quatorian Riles. And defensive tackle number 99, the senior Ed Bobino. We've heard a lot about him, Brian. You know that young man well from last year. On the offensive side of things, let's start with that powerful line up front. And by the way, this offense dramatically changed this year as it's almost an entirely a new offense. We do have senior leadership out there, though. An offensive tackle number 62, Jose Cruz, followed by guard number 66, sophomore Chris Smith. At center, number 74, junior Trey Garrett. At guard, number 61, junior Ethan Casas. And offensive tackle, number 77, sophomore Lane Taylor. Wide receivers tonight, number 2, the junior Justin Butcher. Number 1, the junior Cam Cole. And wide receiver also plays that tight end position sometimes, number 11, the senior Jamarcus Howard. Of course, the running back, number 9, junior Jalen McClain. And Brian, excited about this young man as the rest of these kids here at Huntsville. The junior at quarterback, number 8, A.J. Wilson. You got to see him last year, Brian.
A.J. Wilson is a junior this year. He had 2 outstanding ball games as a sophomore, and if it wasn't for A.J. Wilson, Hornets may not have made it into the playoffs. Did a great job stepping in for Matthew Southern, and he's a junior this year, Rob, and he's playing like he's a senior. I mean, this kid has an absolute cannon for an arm, and when he's on the field, he is probably the fastest athlete on the field. Exciting to watch.
We will send it down now for our country's national anthem. We'll be back in a few moments here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Cabins and More of Texas offers a wide selection of portable cabins, sheds, horse barns, carports, and much more. So whether you are looking for more storage space or want to create a new space, we have a solution for you. With flexible payment options, including pay up front, rent to own, and traditional financing, everyone can afford their dream structure at Cabins and More of Texas. No credit, no problem. Drop by and see our buildings on Highway 19 in Riverside. For more information, visit KMOTX.com. Cabins and More of Texas is a proud supporter of Huntsville Hornets football.
All right, friends, we are live from Yates Stadium in Willis, Texas. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friend Brian Adams, the former Sam Houston State quarterback, but he's had a little bit of interaction with Huntsville over the years. Brian, great to be here tonight. A beautiful night. Those of you on the video stream, of course, you can see the scene, but we'll try to set it for you here tonight as the sun is setting to our west. A beautiful sunset. Lights are on here. It's Friday Night Lights. Brian, I didn't think we'd be back to this point. It is such a blessing to be here tonight and see these kids, both teams, out on the field.
Nothing better than Friday Night Lights. The temperatures are cooler. Football is about to happen. Hornets' first game of the year. It ought to be very exciting. There's some talented athletes on both teams. Can't wait to get this ball kicked off, Rob.
We'll get things started here in the Hornets Quarterback Club. First quarter, the Hornets Quarterback Club appreciate all that they do here for Huntsville and these young men. You know, that was one of the first things I did, Brian, when I got here. I said, I'm going to join the Quarterback Club, which is also, of course, the Booster Club, get to know some folks and make sure that we've got the information we need to be able to bring these games. The Hornet Quarterback Club, feel the sting, and hopefully we're going to feel that here tonight, Brian. Well, not us, Willis.
Well, you know, and we got to thank all the sponsors and, of course, all the people that are, you know, are behind all of this, put this together, the parents, the coaches, you know, the students, the fans, you know, everybody involved. A big thank you to you. And, man, I can't wait to get it started.
We are ready to rock and roll. The team captains now on the W logo, the Willis Wildkats. And, Brian, it looks like did Huntsville choose here on this? I didn't catch that.
Yep, Huntsville won the toss and looks like they're going to receive.
And we do have Josh Criswell down on the sidelines with us tonight. Josh, can you hear us down there? I'm not sure if Josh can actually hear us or not down there on the sidelines. We'll try to touch base with Josh throughout this night tonight. But, Brian, again, excited to be here and looking forward to a great game here tonight. And, you know, we were hoping we could play last week. Nederland, our hearts still go out to those kids as they had a pretty large amount of COVID cases there. Those kids weren't able to play, and they had to cancel. We still had the public practice. Brian, almost 200 people showed up to that, by the way.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, there was a lot of people last week, and, you know, it's exciting tonight because there's a lot of questions, you know. A.J. Wilson has not been a starter yet. He's going to get his first start tonight. As you said earlier in the broadcast, Rob, they lost 30 seniors last year. Let me tell you, folks, that is amazing. That is a lot of kids and a lot of experience that you've lost. But the Hornet program has been so good as of late. A lot of kids have come in, filled the gap, done a great job. It's going to be exciting.
Set to kick off the Willis Wildcats, it looks like Christian Pavon, the senior, standing at 5'10", 175 pounds. Two back to receive for the Huntsville Hornets, back near the Wildcats' end zone. And we are set for Friday Night Lights here in East Texas. A beautiful night. Again, two back to receive. And Pavon will put up his right arm, toe to leather, and we are underway. The first season of the year for the Huntsville Hornets. This one will sell into the end zone, and the Hornets will elect to bring it out. Across the 10 on the near side, daylight through the 20, now to the 30. A good return here, still on his feet, trying to track through traffic. And the returnman there, the wide receiver, the junior, Justin Butcher. A great, healthy return near the 35-yard line to start the season for the Huntsville Hornets.
I am surprised Justin Butcher brought that ball out. It was kicked 5 yards deep into the end zone. He took it, got a big block, big yards. Huntsville's got good field position starting out on the 34-yard line.
Huntsville will have it, the ball on the right hash mark. We're going to call it like a radio call, even though you can see it on the video screen. There's still those of you back listening on 101.7 FM KSAM. Thanks for joining us tonight. As Wilson will stand in the gun, we'll see that all season. Two receivers up high to the left. He'll stand around his own 29. Again, the ball resting on the 34. First down and 10 for your Hornets. As A.J. will clap once, and now a keeper over to the right side. Wilson with room, and he's finally tackled down. A good tackle there up near the 45-yard line. A healthy gain again here on first down, and the tackle made by David Soriano, the junior.
You know, that was a great play by A.J. Wilson. He was looking at the linebacker, and it was kind of a delayed quarterback sweep around the right end. Great pickup, good first play.
It was a first down, and we'll call it there a Moke and Moke attorney at law first down as he brought it up to the 45. But here, maybe a delay as the ball's going to come back here, Brian.
Well,
still a first down.
This is one of the things that drives the coach nuts, so these small penalties like this.
That'll set it back here now, first down and 15, the ball back to the 40-yard line. Again, thanks for joining us here for Hornet football on the new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Wilson will clap once, this time hands off to his back, and trying to chase through defenders is the running back, junior Jalen McClain. And McClain will bring the ball up to around the 44-yard line. So early we've seen some running plays here, the keeper, and now McClain. We're going to see a healthy dose of that all season long.
Well, if you'll notice, Willis has got 8 men in the box. Now might be a good time to throw a pass play out there.
Brings up 2nd down and 11. And this time the handoff again over to McLean. McLean on the outside to the left side, and that's another Moke and Moke attorneys at law first down. Now in Wildcat territory near the 40-yard line.
But when you have the team speed Huntsville has, and they do have team speed, putting it on the ground is not a bad idea either.
The Hornets going with a little hurry up here. That is enough for a first down. Again, the ball on the Wildcat 43. 10:47 to go, just underway here at Yates Stadium in Willis, Texas. The ball now on the left hash mark, resting on the Wildcat 43. Wilson in the gun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 up top. He'll fake the handoff to his running back. Throws over center, and the defender was tackled up there. No call on the play, and the intended receiver is going to be incomplete. Brian, I believe it was into the direction of Justin Butcher. He was tackled before that ball got to him.
And I'm very surprised there wasn't a pass interference call on that play. I want to give credit to the Hornet O-line right there. They gave A.J. Wilson all the time necessary he needed to find Butcher, and I believe there should have been a flag thrown on that play.
After the incomplete, 2nd down and 10, the ball remains on the 43. Wilson in the gun, standing on the Wildcat 48. He'll look over to the sideline, gets direction from coach as his back, Jalen McLean, will stand to his left. The fake handoff, and Wilson will take it over to the left side and still on his feet and finally ran out of bounds as he angled his way near the 35-yard line. Another good run here by A.J. They'll call him down at the 36, brings up 3rd down and manageable for the Hornets.
See, that is a fantastic run right there by A.J. Wilson. See, the difference with Matthew Southern had the experience, had the field leadership. A.J. Wilson has the arm, has the legs.
Well, McLean will head back over to the side here. Looks like Butcher's making a line up here as a back now. 2 receivers down to the right. Wilson has it, good room, passes over, has his receiver on his way across the 20, the 15, and finally smacked down at the 10-yard line. It's a first down for your Hornets. That pass thrown right to Quaterian Wiles, the senior, and that is the way the Hornets are going to do things here early, moving this ball to get things started.
Well, Huntsville opened up this drive with several run plays. Now they've opened it up. Quaterian Wiles open in the flats, great play, A.J. Wilson.
Got it down to the 11. With 10:17 to go, no score. The first drive of the night for the Hornets, and moving the ball nicely here. A.J. will look back over to the sideline, getting the play call as his running back, McLean, back in there now. McLean will offset to the left. 2 receivers sky high to the left, 1 lone Hornet down to the right. And A.J. looking over the handoff, actually over to the right side, and that's good for a touchdown, 11 yards. Jalen McLean gets the first touchdown of the season for the Huntsville Hornets at the 9:54 mark.
What an impressive first drive by the Huntsville Hornets, capped off with Jalen McLean going around the right side, basically untouched. Good job, Huntsville Hornets.
Huntsville leading 6-0, and just a few moments ago they were inside of that Murray Insurance and Financial Services red zone, able to punch it in for the touchdown. Extra point attempt here by the Hornets, made possible by our friends at MRC Creekside. It's an MRC Creekside extra point attempt. This one up on its way through the uprights and good. And the Hornets have the early 7-0 lead with 9:54. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
The Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club thanks the Huntsville community for your support of Hornet football. Are you interested in knowing more about the Hornet football program? Meetings and membership are open to the public. On Facebook, search for Huntsville Hornet Football or go to facebook.com/Huntsville ISD Hornet. Watch Hornet football all season long at KSAM1017.com. Join the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club today. Sting 'em Hornets.
Fat Boys Pizza, chicken bacon ranch, buffalo chicken, barbecue chicken, margarita chicken. Oh man, it's so good. Loaded baked potato pizza? Yeah, Fat Boys Pizza. You've never tasted pizza this good? Get out of your comfort box and tease those taste buds. Fat Boys Pizza in Riverside. Try those delicious wings. Or how about the Fat Boys Delight dessert with butter, cinnamon, sugar, and cream? Check out facebook.com/Fat Boys Pizza Trailer. Or make the short drive up 19 in Riverside. Fat Boys Pizza proudly supports the Hornet. Bingham.
Welcome back, friends. 9:54 to go here in the first quarter of play. That scoring drive recap made possible by On the Move Physical Therapy and Wellness. It was a drive that started on the Hornet 34, capped off by the 11-yard touchdown run by Jalen McClain. The kickoff on its way. And Willis will have it for the first time tonight. Drops the ball at the 2, able to hold on to it. Now trying to get through defenders, and he will be forced down around the 3-yard line. Special teams coming alive here early for the Hornets.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Hornets are on fire to get this game started. You will not find a more impressive run and first possession of any team like you just saw a while ago. And then the kickoff coverage right there, very impressive. They got Willis way back on their heels.
Willis will start this drive all the way on their own 3-yard line. They'll move it from right to left. And again, thanks for joining us here in the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter. Trying to look over to the right side, a pass here, and that one thrown out of bounds as he was being chased. The quarterback there for Willis. And again, sorry, we just had to get him as soon as they started. It looks like it's still Bardwell, the senior, is the quarterback here tonight, Brian.
Well, he's a second-year starter. He is a very talented quarterback. The Hornets got to keep their eye on him because he's a big playmaker.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 for Willis. We'll try to get the scoreboard updated. Looking over and brought down. No gain on the play. The Hornet defense swarming them again here. Brings up 3rd down and a long 10.
Well, one of the things people talked about at the beginning of this year, Rob, was this defensive front by the Hornets, and you got some big boys down there that can move. Big Ed Bobino, he is tough.
Actually caught a loss of 3, 3rd down and 13, 9:18 to go here in the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter. As Bardwell will stand in his own end zone near the right hash mark. 2 receivers down to the left. A little bit of blitz showing here, maybe a flag. Did they throw one? I don't think they did. Bardwell being chased in the end zone. He's able to work out of it and finally brought down around the 6-yard line. There is that flag, though, that we were looking for on that far right side over there, Brian. That should be an offense, beg your pardon, offsides on the defense.
Well, unless he was drawn off.
Not sure. Josh Criswell is down on the sidelines. Josh, I'm going to see if I can get you. Do you have us down there, Josh?
Well, it was against the Hornets offsides.
That is the call, and we apologize. There's a little bit of interference here. They always say it's tough to broadcast a game at Willis, Brian. Brings up 3rd down and 8. After the offsides penalty, so Willis will basically get a do-over here. 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats. Trip spread out wide down to the left. 2 receivers. It's a full set here as Bardwell will step back, rolls over to the left side, being chased, launches this one over the left side into the hands of his receiver, Corey Ford. And Ford, we'll see where they mark him. Brian, he may have been close. Nope. It is. It's a 1st down for the Wildcats under pressure.
Well, that Sebastian Patterson had an arm on him, but he is a talented quarterback, like I said, a 2-year starter. So, he had the wherewithal and the confidence to get that ball out and pick up the 1st down.
Brings up 1st down and 10 here for the Wildcats on the own left hash mark as Bardwell will throw in the flats over to the right side. Has his receiver darting through defenders to Jarius Brown, and good defense there by Huntsville, able to stop him only after about a gain of 1.
Well, you know what I'm liking about the Hornet defense, and this has been kind of their reputation over all these years, is they swarm. You don't just have one guy around the ball carrier, you have the whole defense, and that's what they're doing here so far.
Brings up 2nd down and 9, 8:11 to go. Hornets lead 7-0. Wildcats with their first possession of the night. They've got the ball, trying to move the chains again. High snap over to Bardwell. This time over center, has his receiver wide open, Jadarius Brown. Brown across the 50, dancing through, and finally brought down inside Hornet territory, just shy of the 35. Looks like he'll be down around the 37-yard line. That's a good pickup there.
Well, we just talked about it. That quarterback is dangerous for Willis, and he found his wideout doing a flag pattern across the middle over the linebackers, found the seam, hit him right in the numbers. Big pickup, Willis Wildcats.
Quick hurry up here for Bardwell and the Wildcat offense. 7:48 to go, trailing 7-0 from the Hornet 36. Handoff here on a high snap over to the right side and brought down right back at the original line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one as he was going to Philip Haba, the senior running back. Brings up 2nd down. They'll give him a yard. 2nd down and 9, Brian.
Well, both teams are moving the ball up and down the field here in this first quarter.
2nd and 9 from the Hornet 35. Bardwell in the gun at the 40. Delayed handoff over to Haba to the right side. Haba will cut his way 90 degrees back across the 35, and a few yards on that play. Looks like he'll be down around the 32-yard line. Third down and long coming up here for the Wildcats.
That was a really good run there by Haba there for Willis. He was going down parallel to the side, saw his opening, made a quick cut. Good little pickup.
Keep in mind, this is a drive that started out on their own 3, now on the Hornet 32. Third down and 6. As Bardwell in the gun has his back to his left. One receiver in motion is Jamarius Wells. Bardwell here, the protection there. Pass over in the end zone, and it's caught. No, it is broken up right at the last moment. And good protection there for your Huntsville Hornets, breaking that up.
Well, that was Jarrett Ortega playing defensive back there for the Huntsville Hornets. Did a great job.
Let's take a look at that on the Walker County Federal Credit Union instant replay, if we've got it there. And I know you can't see it. There was a penalty flag also on that play. I guess it was pass interference. They're going to give them a first down here, Brian. And we're trying to look here, and I don't know if there was a PI. You saw it incomplete there.
Well, that's unfortunate to get a flag on that, especially an incompleted pass. But a flag nonetheless, and Willis has a first down inside the red zone.
First down and 10 on the 18-yard line now. 6:37 to go for the Wildcats. Bardwell gets the snap, pump fakes once, rolls to his left. Good protection again. Left side up, has his tall receiver for a touchdown, Corey Ford. He's a halfback, but he didn't look like it there. Looked like a tight end, and an 18-yard strike to bring him to within 1.
Well, Bardwell did a naked bootleg, found his big tight end wide open. Big play there for the Willis Wildcats.
The extra point attempt here, trying to tie it up. 7-6, 6:30 remaining here in the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter. Again, thanks for joining us as we're live up here in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth tonight on the visitor side. Wildcats will go for the elect to kick this one here. Christian Pavone trying to tie it up at 7 apiece. The snap is down, the hold, kick is blocked. That kick is blocked, and the Hornets will hold on to the 1-point advantage. Special teams tonight making plays. 6:30 to go. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club thanks the Huntsville community for your support of Hornet football. Are you interested in knowing more about the Hornet football program? Would you like to be involved? Meetings and membership are open to the public. Please like the page on Facebook. Search for Huntsville Hornet Football or go to facebook.com/Huntsville Hornet. You can watch Hornet football live all season long at KSAM1017.com. Join the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club today. Sting 'em Hornets.
We made it! We made it to Labor Day, and here at Weezer in Huntsville, we're going to celebrate Labor Day all month long with huge savings on the great selection of Chevys. We have the new Tahoe and Suburban in stock. If you're looking for a truck, we have plenty of half, 3/4 tons, and 1 tons. We also have huge savings on a complete lineup of SUVs like the Trax, Equinox, Traverse. But you have to hurry to Weezer in Huntsville to see just how big these Labor Day savings truly are, or visit us online at WeezerHuntsville.com. Chevy, find new roads.
All right, friends, welcome back. Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. Huntsville Hornet football, baby, 7-6. We're rocking and rolling here in Willis, Texas, down to Josh Criswell on the sidelines. Josh, Willis, 6A team, they almost pulled it off against Tomball, looking good here on their first possession.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can tell this is a much different team than the team that Huntsville beat by 33 last year up at Bowers Stadium. You know, one thing that really has impressed me so far, and that's definitely hurting
Hold
Willis.
on 1 second, Josh, as the Hornets break through the 50, still on his way. This one may be returned to the house, baby. Darting down, trying to get in, and a return for the Hornets. Oh, mama, what a play.
Wow.
As it was, I believe, Jordan Woodbury, the wide receiver, taking it to the house, and the Hornets coming alive here on offense now, or special teams again, Brian.
What a big kick return. Jordan Woodbury got a great block, made one cut, went all the way to the end zone untouched. Amazing.
Brian, I'm going to call that, and Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, that looked like 100 yards. Was he deep down in the end zone, it looked like?
Even more, 103 on that return by Jordan Woodbury. And as I was saying earlier, right before they took that one to the house, it seems like Willis is going to struggle to keep up with the athletes on the Hornet side.
It's that Hornet team speed, Josh. Coach Southern talked about it.
Extra point kick up on its way, and this one goes off the upright. Oh, man. So the extra point kick there, the MRC Creekside extra point, no good. 13-6. Hornets on top. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities
and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and license for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
Looking for no bull customer service, no bull selection, and no bull pricing? To Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville, your no bull Super Duty and Super Crew headquarters. Right now at Bill Fick Ford, there's a huge savings to be had on all in-stock 2019 Ford and Ford Transit vans. Hurry in today and yourself why so many people buy time after time at Bill Fick Ford. Or shop online at BillFick.com. Nationwide delivery, Bill Fick Ford. I-45 in Huntsville.
Welcome back, friends. Woodbury, 103-yard return moments ago. Took it to the house, and the Hornets lead 13-6 here in the first quarter. That is your on-the-move physical therapy and wellness scoring drive recap. Kick here by the Hornets over to the right side. And now Willis trying to duplicate what the Hornets did moments ago and upended just inside the 40 at the 39. That may have been a touchdown-saving tackle.
Well, that was Seth Carroll there on that touchdown-saving tackle. We didn't want tit for tat. So looks like the Willis going to start their drive out on, looks like the 39-yard line.
Well, Josh Criswell down on the field. Josh, we had to cut you off there on that return moments to go back down to you, Josh.
Hey, not necessarily a bad thing. I hope we see some more of that tonight. But, yeah, I mean, as you said, Brian, I mean, that Huntsville team speed is a little bit overwhelming, and we're starting to see that early on tonight. You know, something that really impressed me on that first drive for Huntsville, hadn't mentioned it yet, was new running back Jalen McClain, first career varsity game. Kicks off and closes that opening drive with an 11-yard touchdown run.
Wildcats will start off here. Thanks, Josh, from their own 39. A handoff, not much on it. Brings up second down and long. 5:56 to go. Wildcats trailing 13-6 here in the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter.
Well, that Willis running back just got a big dose of Brian Bobino on the defensive line of Huntsville, like he ran into a brick wall.
Brings up second down and 11. They're going to call it actually a loss of 1. Beg your pardon if you're watching on the scoreboard. We'll try to keep that updated here. Bardwell in the gun, stands on his own 32. Pitch back on the option. It's a fumble. His running back trying to hop on it. And an opportunity here for the Hornets of Huntsville. Picking it up, running it in for the touchdown. Oh, mama, he fumbled it, though, Brian. Back down. We'll see if they give him the touchdown. It was Sebastian Patterson that had it down there. And I think that he lost that ball after he crossed over. And, Brian, that's what it is. The Hornets pick it up on defense here. And did they mark him down, though? Let's look at the replay. Got a little excited up here, Brian. We're taking a look at it here on the Walker County Federal Credit Union replay. He was not in, Brian. That ball came out, but I think the Hornets,
well, they're going to
give it to him.
That's right. As far as the referees are concerned, that was a touchdown. What a great play by Patterson. Unbelievable.
Patterson there bringing it in, and they'll give it to the Hornets 19-6, trying to make it 20 on the MRC Creekside extra point. And the Huntsville Hornets leading 20-6. We'll keep it right here as we thank some of our wonderful sponsors for helping make this season possible, Brian.
Well, this is brought to you by First Financial Bank. You First. Cabins and More of Texas. The highest quality portable cabins available. Quality, service, and value. Charlie's Used Cars. Customer satisfaction is our #1 priority. And Walker County Federal Credit Union. If you live or work in Walker County, you're eligible for membership. And Northside Baptist Church. Growing people in Christ to reach others for Christ.
Well, good to have you, friends, back up here this season. By the way, all season long, our main presenting sponsor, want to give them a shout-out, First Financial Bank. They stepped up huge for us this year, bringing the video a whole new dynamic. And Brian trying to put the radio audio over the video, a whole nother dynamic, but we're getting through it. We're excited, and we couldn't make any of this possible without all of our sponsors, especially our good friends at First Financial Bank. Thank you for all that you do in the Huntsville community.
Well, Rob, you couldn't start a football game off better than Huntsville has so far tonight. They are on fire. Big play after big play. Now they're about to kick off, give Willis their second opportunity for their possession.
So Huntsville there, we'll call that the Willis still looking here, trying to recap 20-6 the score. And the Hornets will kick this one off from left to right. Willis will have it here for the third time tonight. High kick over into the coffin corner around the 1. Trying to bring it out from right to left through defenders and brought down around the 20-yard line. And we'll keep it right here. Decent return there for the Wildcats. Trailing by 14 here in the first quarter, made possible by the Hornet quarterback club. 5:14 to go.
Well, one thing Huntsville needs to keep in mind is Steele Bardwell. Let me tell you, he's an experienced, talented quarterback. And they may be down right now, but he is not, and he'll get his team fired up, and they'll get back in this ballgame if the Hornets let them.
And they're going to walk something off here again, Brian. We know we talked about penalties. Wasn't it last year there was 30 penalties in this game, if I'm not mistaken? And quite a few last year. And now we fast forward. Willis, a 6A team now. And we don't want to see penalties here tonight. But tonight so far they've been going on the Hornets. Face masking, I believe, was the call.
Yeah, some of the penalties, most of the penalties tonight so far have gone against the Hornets. It's early in the ball game. Hopefully they'll settle down and play a little bit more sound football.
Now they'll move this ball up here. They'll call him down. The Wildcats will start on their own 36-yard line, moving from right to left. Bardwell's in the gun, 2 receivers down to the left. And it looks like one of those may be Corey Ford, who had that touchdown grab all the way back on there earlier on in this game in their first possession. Stepping back, Bardwell over center, incomplete, too high up in the air to Jarius Brown. He had nowhere to go, had to climb the ladder, and good coverage there by the Hornets.
Well, Jarius Brown is what Coach Southern talked about prior to this game starting. He's probably the most talented athlete on the Willis side. Very fast, great hands, and obviously Bardwell's going to target him quite a bit tonight.
Brings up 2nd down and 10. We'll see it here on the Walker County Federal Credit Union Instant Replay. Glad to bring you that season thanks to our friends at Walker County Federal. 2nd down and 10 for Willis, trailing 20-6, 5:08 to go. And an interception here by the Hornets. Oh, mama, the defense coming alive huge here, and coming up out of that one, Brian, it looks like it was the hands of Cody McLaren.
Cody McLaren, Coach Southern talked about him prior to this game tonight. He has stepped up in the linebacker position, has done a great job, and just had a huge pick right there.
Oh, mama, the Hornets stinging them early and often here. 20-6, 5:01 to go. We got our cameraman next to us. Appreciate Melton Green helping us out this season. TJ Garrett down on the side as well. And we're all smiles up here in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. It's a beautiful night, Brian. The sun is setting. It is cool tonight, my friend.
It is, indeed. I mean, the weather is probably in the upper 60s. Just absolutely beautiful.
Hornets will have it here after the interception. This will be the Huntsville Hornets' 3rd possession of the night. They'll start on the Willis 40-yard line and end around here. Fells on this play and going all the way back. Right there for the Hornets. Not much on it for Justin Butcher. Good defense there by the Wildcats.
Yeah, that was Jace Halbatter on that one, and he read that perfectly through Huntsville for a big loss.
Take a look at that back on the replay here for those of you that are watching on video. For those of you on the radio feed, you know, we even lost it up here because it was a little trickeration play. 2nd down and 20 all the way back here. Good room for Wilson. Now he's being chased down, runs to the 40, and he'll throw this one, trying to dart it at the feet of his intended receiver back at the 40 the other way, and incomplete as it goes right there to the ankles of Jalen McClain.
Well, we have another late flag come out. Not sure who it's against.
Waiting to see the call. Josh, down there on the sidelines, if you've got us, what did you see down there?
You know, wasn't able to really see it, but whenever you see one like that, it looks like it's either an ineligible guy or an unnecessary roughness. So,
well, I believe
it's a legal man downfield.
Yeah, legal man downfield, Huntsville.
Well, it was 2nd and 20, and that's going to set them back here even more, Brian, I would assume. And the Hornets here, after some life, they've had some big defensive plays. That'll bring them back 5 more. Now 25 to go. I believe 3rd and 25. We'll see what they do. A little bit of confusion there up on the clock as well.
Well, the Hornets got the ball at midfield, 3rd down.
We'll call it 3rd and 20. Loss of down there from the 50. Wilson stepping back, throwing over to the right side, and has his receiver. It's caught, but immediately falling to the turf was Cam Cole in Wildcat territory, just around the 48-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and long. And we'll see, Brian, are they in that no man's land? Is Coach Southern feeling good about how his team's playing so far? Are they going to go for it on 4th and 15? Nope, they're going to bring out their special teams unit.
Well, that could be one of the things you talk about with A.J. Wilson. This is his first start of his career. And anytime you have a 3rd and long, you know, typically you try to get more yards than just a little dump-off pass, which is what they did. So then it became 4th and long. But if you'll recall, Rob, Coach Southern is not shy about going for it on 4th down, except this case, he'd go ahead and punted the ball away.
So the Hornets will punt it here on 4th and 15. This is a high spiraling punt. Good punt off the toe there. I believe it was Christian Avalar, if I'm not mistaken. And it'll roll and be fielded around the 18-yard line. It's 3:29 to go here in the Hornet Nation Quarterback Club. First quarter. Willis Wildkats will have it when we come back, trailing 20-6. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Spring is here, which means longer days and big plans. This is Veronica at CSU. Whether you want to consolidate debt, do some work around the house, cover unexpected expenses, or treat yourself to a much-needed vacation, a personal loan from CSU can cover just about anything you have in mind.
Get access to the money you need when you need it. Apply online today at csutx.com or give us a call. Hablamos Español. Bank happy, spend smart, live well. CSU, member NCUA.
Hi folks, this is Jack at Adams Furniture. Listen, you come into the store right now, I know furniture is hard to find. We've got some of this stuff in stock, ready for immediate delivery. A lot of people don't realize we are one of the largest mattress stores in Huntsville. We've got more beds, more selections. As far as price goes, we've got great beds at low prices. You won't be disappointed. That's Adams Furniture, 75 North and 10th Street, or shop online at shopatadams.com.
Welcome back. We're live here in Willis, Texas. Just a few moments ago, it was a false start against the Wildcats, set them back 5, and then an incomplete pass brings us already up to 2nd down and 15. The Wildcats trailing 20-6 here in the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter of play. 2nd down and 15. Stepping back, rolling over to the right, throwing this one, airing it to the right, well overthrowing his receiver, out of bounds around the 35. Bardwell just didn't have nothing on that one, Brian.
Well, that was a dangerous pass there for Bardwell because his receiver was in double coverage, and he should have just thrown it out of bounds, but instead he took a big risk, paid off. But, boy, Huntsville could have picked that ball off quite easily.
Huntsville Nation, we'd love to hear from you tonight. If you're out there listening or watching, you got a shout-out, let us know. Send us a text message, 512-522-9105. Again, that number, text it, 512-522-9105. Give us a shout-out. We'll try to get to those over the air. 3rd and 15 here for Bardwell as he'll stand on his own 14, and that swarm defense trying to bring him down, airs this one out, and it's dropped. Oh, mama, that would have been a first down, and it was dropped. Somehow Bardwell was able to work out of that, Brian, threw it right to his defender, the receiver around the 40-yard line, Jadarius Brown, and Jadarius just simply dropped it. They're going to be forced to punt.
Wow, boy, that was a big break there for Huntsville. Of course, the D-line had Bardwell trapped. Somehow he got away, was able to throw it downfield to Brown. Fortunately, Brown, it went through his hands. Huntsville fixed to get the ball back.
All right, friends, 3:08 to go here in the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. Thanks for joining us as we're having some fun up here tonight, and the Hornets will get this ball back for the 4th time tonight. This is the first punt of the night for Willis. And what do we got, Brian? Let's keep it right here. A little bit of time called here. We'll go over some more of our sponsors.
Yeah, thanks to AB Squared Self-Storage Facility, your local go-to self-storage facility. On the move, physical therapy and wellness, helping active adults achieve physical freedom to enjoy life and retirement to its fullest without settling for less. Hartfield Florist, personalizing your events since 1957. And Moak & Moak Attorneys at Law. For your estate planning, real estate, or business law needs, call Moak & Moak Attorneys at Law, serving Huntsville since 1971. And MRC Creekside, a healthy living senior community. And Murray Insurance and Financial Services, an agency you can trust.
All right. Well, hey, we got a lot of sponsors tonight, and we'll get it as the season continues to roll on. A lot of folks helping to make this one possible. Of course, season presented by our good friends at First Financial Bank. But, Brian, every Hornets kickoff this season is brought to you also by our great friends over at Climatech Secure Storage. We appreciate them as well. We didn't want to leave you out. And we look at it here on a 4th and 15 as the Willis Wildkats will punt this one away, standing around his own 2-yard line or so. And I believe that is Colton Batten. And that almost got blocked. He was able to pull it back down, somehow got the kickoff, and it's into the hands of the Hornets. I believe that is Boy, flags fly again here, Brian. It was brought all the way up to around the 35-yard line. I was trying to see who that was down there through the pile.
Well, that was Sebastian Patterson that almost got his hands on that and blocked it. Kicker got it off. Big return, but there's a flag down.
It was Jadarian White on the return, and looks like this one may be coming back a little bit here, Brian.
Yep, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, we're looking at it on the replay there. White had a nice spin. Boy, I'm telling you, this is such a young team. As I know we've talked about it so much on pregame shows, and Josh Criswell and I of the Huntsville Item, we've talked about this offense too, about how new they are this season. But this is something exciting to watch, these young men and just how powerful they are playing here tonight out of the gates. A lot of questions up in the air, but if you ask Coach Southern, there was no questions from him. He had complete confidence, and these fans here in Huntsville, Texas have confidence in their team as well. Well, that ball did come back here, 1st down and 10. For the Hornets, as they will start this possession on their own 48. Wilson will hand off and immediately drilled in the backfield for a loss into the hands of his running back. Nowhere on it there for McLean.
Well, that was David Soriano there for the Willis Wildkats on that loss. Big play by him. He read that run perfectly. Stopped Huntsville short of the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like the Hornets starting this on their own 48-yard line, now backed up to the 46, 2nd down and 12. This time the handoff again to McLean, and again McLean stopped here. So McLean on that first set, through the first couple of drives, looked pretty good, but it looks like the Wildcats are starting to read those now.
Well, what the Wildcats are starting to kind of do is, and I said it a little bit as the game started, they're putting 8 men in the box, which really kind of overwhelms your offensive line. So what Huntsville should start doing maybe is a little bit more kind of play action, kind of freeze those linebackers, get the wideouts open downfield. And it looks like that's what they may do on this play here.
All right, brings up 3rd down and 14. Wilson stepping back, throwing right side. Has his receiver. It is caught into the hands of Jordan Woodbury. Short of the 1st down, though, and that'll be near the 44-yard line.
Okay, this is going to be 4th and short. And you see A.J. Wilson and crew staying on the field. Coach Southern is not opposed to going for it on fourth down. And you know, in this particular case, this is a manageable 4th down. Well, let's see how Huntsville does.
4th down and 2. They're going to go for it here, Brian, as they have got to move the ball here to keep this drive alive. High snap, A.J. over center, has his man right between the numbers, and it is a completion. And that is a Moke and Moke attorneys at law. 1st down for the Hornets.
Folks, that was impressive. A.J. Wilson, a junior, in his first start, stood tall in the pocket, was able to hit Justin Butcher on a quick look-in pass and pick up the 1st down.
See it there on the replay as he had him. We're going to go back to live action here. Overthrown, and a flag flies. Should be pass interference there, as Jordan Woodbury was trying to extend on the right side, Brian, and they're going to flag Willis here for the PI.
Yeah, they are. They just, the referee signaled holding.
Yep, I think that's what's going to happen here. And we'll keep it. 47 seconds remaining here in the Hornet Quarterback Club 1st quarter. Live from Yates Stadium here in Willis, Texas.
All right, Rob, did they just pick that flag? Nope. There we go.
It is holding as the official call against the Wildcats. Josh Criswell down on the sidelines. Josh, what did you see down there, man?
Yeah, I mean, from the get-go, Jordan Woodbury beat him on that wheel route, and he had no choice but to grab onto him, or else that was going to be A.J. Wilson to Jordan Woodbury for 6 and to put Huntsville up by 20.
1st down here, McLean on the run, and McLean finding a little bit of daylight as he is getting close to that 20-yard line. Of course, this season, our good friends at Murray Insurance and Financial Services, our Red Zone sponsor, and the Hornets will be just a couple of yards outside of it. Brian, 29 seconds to go here in the Hornet Quarterback Club 1st quarter. They're going to get one more snap off here, 2nd down and 7. As Wilson darts through one defender, still on his feet. He's got the 1st down and more. Healthy run again, out of bounds with 17 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter.
You know, Huntsville has been very impressive this 1st quarter. They've been a balanced attack on offense. They've been running the ball, been throwing the ball. They haven't had any giant throws downfield yet, but I promise you those are coming.
He just put the brakes there on Adian Collier, the junior, nowhere to go. And First down here inside the Murray Insurance and Financial Services red zone after the Moken Attorney at Law first down. 1st and 10, 17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Wilson will stand in the gun. One lone Hornet to the right is Jordan Woodbury. And here a handoff, and the Wildcats immediately bring in the pack, and they read that one beautifully, and that should do it for the first quarter as we're chiming down here.
Well, that was Jalen McClain up the middle, and the defensive line for Willis did a good job crashing in.
And that will do it for the end of the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter. Huntsville Hornets have the ball when we come back. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Boys Pizza, chicken bacon ranch, buffalo chicken, barbecue chicken, margarita chicken. Oh man, it's so good. Loaded baked potato pizza? Yeah. Fat Boys Pizza. You've never tasted pizza this good? Get out of your cups and tease those taste buds. Fat Boys Pizza in Riverside. Try those delicious wings. Or how about the light dessert with butter, cinnamon, sugar, and cream? Check out Facebook.com/Fat Boys Pizza Trailer. Or make the short drive up 19 in Riverside. Fat Boys Pizza proudly supports the Hornets. Sting 'em.
We made it. We made it to Labor Day, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, we're going to celebrate Labor Day all month long with huge savings on a great selection of Chevys. We have the new Tahoe and Suburban in stock. If you're looking for a truck, we have plenty of half-tons, three-quarter tons, and one-tons. We also have huge complete lineup of midsize SUVs like the Trax, Equinox, Traverse. But you have to hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville. These Labor Day savings truly are, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Welcome back here to Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams here in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth as we are just underway here in the Hit Solutions second quarter, about to get underway. The Hornets have it in Wildcat territory. Second down and 9 for AJ. He'll take a snap and a shotgun over the left side. Leaps over his own man across the 15, angling his way, and finally drove out of bounds. Boy, the athleticism of Wilson going to be fun to watch this season, and he's only a junior, friends.
Well, and he's playing like a senior. He's making really good decisions at the moment. He didn't see his receiver downfield that was open. He kept the ball, ran out of bounds, and lived to fight another down.
Bring up third down and a long 9 here for your Hornets. After all that running, just a pickup of 1. And again, we are in the second quarter. We'll get things updated here in just a few moments. As AJ this time stands on the left hash mark. Triplets up top, stacked to the right. One Hornet down to the left. In motion is running back McClain. Pump fake once, over, and almost caught there and finally broken up. It's into the hands of Trey Taylor. That was a good effort by Trey Taylor, but Brian, there's a flag down on the field.
Well, that's going to be on number 7, Jadarius Brown for Willis for hanging on, holding the Hornet wide out there on that play.
So again, the second quarter made possible by Hit Solutions. Appreciate Robert Lindeman and all that he does here for Hornet Nation. A lot of new folks coming on this year to help make these broadcasts possible. We sincerely appreciate it. 11:48 to go. 20-6 your score. Hornets with the ball, putting up all 20 of those points in the first quarter.
And the Hornets have a new fresh set of downs after that penalty.
They do, and it's 1st and goal on that. Handoff here, and actually, no, it's the keeper. Wilson has it, has the touchdown. Oh, mama, what a run by Wilson. We've seen it time and time tonight, and Wilson continuing his junior domination here in this early game.
Well, that's what Coach Southern talked about. A.J. Wilson is lights out fast. Not only does he have a big arm, but, boy, he has got some speed, and he just showed it right there.
Well, he was after that Moken Attorney at Law first down inside the red zone, and they're able to run it in. 9-yard keeper by Wilson. And the extra point kick here sponsored by MRC Creekside on its way through the uprights, and good for Christian Avelar. It is 27-6. We'll keep things right here, Brian.
Well, I want to thank Copeland Family Dentistry, wonderfully made. And Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club, Feel the Sting, and HITTS Solutions, we bring you home. City of Huntsville, Huntsville First, Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty, Huntsville Real Estate Expert, and Fat Boys Pizza, hand-tossed dough made fresh daily, pizza, wings, and more, and Adams Furniture. We beat big city prices, and our good friends Bill Fick Ford, no bull, just good deals.
Well, again, 11:42 to go here in the Hits Solutions second quarter. Appreciate Robert Lindeman and his support this season. 27-6 your score. We talked about earlier, this was a Wildcat team that almost defeated Tomball. Now, still very early in the season, Brian. Don't know a lot about how some of these teams are shaping up after one or two games, but you always know Tomball brings a good game and an opportunity for the Wildcats a week ago to win that one. They weren't able to do it. And tonight, they came out. They looked strong early, but the Hornets' defense and special teams tonight has been a lot. And then all around with A.J. Wilson and his domination from that quarterback stance.
Well, the only play Huntsville's had this year was a scrimmage against Lufkin and kind of a green and white practice. In that scrimmage against Lufkin, you could see right then and there Huntsville was going to be special.
27-6 the score. The Climatech Secure Storage kickoff on the way, and boy, Willis has got to get on this. They're just playing around back there, and that ball rolls into the background. That may be a safety for the Hornets.
Wow.
Oh, mama, what a play. The special teams tonight has been simply on fire. Let's take a look at it on the Whatcom County Federal Credit Union instant replay.
Wow.
The fans here wanting the safety, and I got to admit, because Brian, he picked it up at the 1 and ran back into the end zone.
Yeah, let's look at the replay.
There
on
it is
this.
right there. Let's go back, Brian, and look at that replay one more time.
Wow.
I mean, we had one earlier for us, so we can't get too harsh. But you'll see the ball here as it was juggled around. Oh, nope, it rolled back. That's a good call. It rolled back, Brian. That's a good call. You don't use replay in high school, but it rolled back. We got excited. 27-6 the score here. They'll bring it all the way up to the 25-yard line. They'll call it a touchback, actually. And, boy, a little bit of a break there for the Wildcats. Huge break.
Yeah. And, you know, why didn't he catch the ball? I mean, he let it drop on the 5-yard line and, you know, stood there and looked at it for a second. I mean, he is lucky the Hornets didn't pounce on that ball and have it on the 5-yard line going in.
It's a little Dallas Cowboys flashback just a couple of weeks ago. 11:31 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. 27-6, the Wildcats trailing. They've got the ball. As Bardwell in the gun. And he'll hand off over to Haba. Haba to the left side, and he finds a Hornets nest after a 5-yard gain up to the 30 there on that left hash mark. Brings up second down and a manageable 5.
Well, you know, one of the good things that Coach Southern has instilled in his Hornet team since he's been here is when you're up and you have your opponent down, don't let them back up. And you see every play how tenacious Huntsville is being here tonight.
One lone cat up to the left on the 2nd and 5 from his own 30. Bardwell will throw this one in the flat, and it's out of the reach and through the fingertips of Corey Ford. Incomplete. Nice pressure brought on the play there by Calvin Simmons and teammates. Brings up 3rd down and 5. Big opportunity here, Brian, for the Hornet defense to get a stop on 3rd.
Boy, if they can get a stop right here, they're going to get the ball back in great field position with 11 minutes left in the second quarter. Boy, howdy, Willis could be in trouble.
11 minutes, as Brian said, 27-6 your score. Wildcats have it, but they're trailing. This is the 4th possession of the night. Bardwell in the gun, has his big back offset to his right. And when I say big back, that is a junior 5'7", 260-pound diesel truck, baby.
Wow.
It's Johnny McHenry. And Bardwell here looking. He'll dump it off. Oh, it's knocked down. Wow, what a play on the defensive side there. Putting his hand up in the air was Sebastian Patterson.
Wow. Boy,
Talk about those paws coming up.
Well, man, Robbie had that big fullback out in the flats, and that's who Bardwell was trying to go to. And Patterson just reached his hand up, knocked it down. Huntsville fixed to get the ball back in great field position.
Well, you know what Sebastian said to him? He said, you know, unleaded is still cheap, or unleaded's more expensive than diesel right now.
Right.
And he knocked it down out of the air, Brian. Good job there. It'll bring up 4th down. Huge stop for the Hornets. 4th down and 5. Brian, I have no idea where I was going with that. It didn't even, you know, trying to make a joke, man.
Well, it sounded all right.
10:56 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. Punt on its way. And this one will drop at the 35. It is into the hands of Jadarian White. Jadarian White trying to find through defenders, and he'll bring it up about a 7-yard or so return, maybe near the 45-yard line. And the Hornets remain in great position as we'll keep it right here for just a few moments. Brian, over to you.
Well, we got a couple more sponsors we want to thank tonight. Community Service Credit Union, now serving Walker, Madison, Trinity, and some parts of San Jacinto counties. And Ironworks Health Club. Make fitness a part of your life. And Wiesner Huntsville, home of the bottom line in Huntsville Independent School District. Focus for our children's unlimited success.
All right, friends, here we go. The reset, 27-6 your score, 10:42 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. as your Hornets have it moving from right to left on their own 45-yard line here in Willis, Texas. A.J. Wilson has been the force tonight. Trip stack to the left, one receiver to the right in motion. Is McClain. He'll pass to that man in motion. McClain has it in the flat, dodging through defenders across the 50. Oh, mama, he's still on his feet and in territory of, well, they're going to call him down at the 41. We'll look at it on the replay, but my goodness, you can't stop that young man tonight, Jalen McClain.
What a great effort by Jalen McClain to pick that ball. He cut back all the way across the field, picked up the first down. Great pass, A.J. Wilson.
See him bouncing through defenders, and that's enough for a Moken attorney at law first down. Deep pass, trying to get the gun. He's got it. He's got the touchdown mama to the right side. Oh, Aaron won out 41 yards into the hands of Jordan Woodbury. And this offense, I got to tell you, has been unstoppable here so far.
Huntsville is absolutely on fire here in this first half of football. Unbelievable. A.J. Wilson lofted it up. His wideout, Woodbury, ran underneath it. Big play.
Woodbury's got it, and the MRC Creekside extra point attempt off of the toe of Christian Avilar. The snap goes down, the kick on its way, and we are at 34-6 with 10-12 to go in the Hit Solutions second quarter. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, Huntsville Sports. This is Robert Lindeman of Hit Solutions Player Development, helping instruct the stars to shine. Hit Solutions Player Development teaches the fundamentals of baseball and softball with proven offensive and defensive strategies and techniques. We instruct and inspire to be the best they can be by teaching the mental side of the game. To have the confidence to bring in the game-winning hit, visit us online at hittss.com. Hit Solutions, a proud supporter of the Huntsville Hornets.
We made it! We made it to Labor Day, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, we're going to celebrate Labor Day all month long with huge savings on a great selection of Buick and GMCs. We have the all-new Yukon XL in stock. If you're looking for a truck, we've got half tons, three-quarter tons, and plenty of one tons. We even have huge savings on a complete lineup of midsize SUVs like the Encore GX, Envision, and Enclave. But you have to hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville and see just how big these Labor Day savings truly are. Or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. GMC is professional grade.
Welcome back, friends. 10-12 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. Moments ago, the fifth possession of the evening for your Hornets started out on their own 45-yard line. It was capped off by a 41-yard touchdown pass from Wilson into the hands of Woodbury, and that is your on-the-move physical therapy and wellness scoring drive recap. And this kick on the way by Avilar on your Climatex Secure Storage kickoff. On its way, filled it around the 5 on the right side. A little bit of daylight here, dodging through several defenders, and finally up in it is Jadarius Brown. He brings it all the way up to around the 35. We'll see where they officially mark it, Brian.
Well, Rob, if Willis doesn't do something quick, it is going to be lights out. They have got to figure out a way to put points on the board. I mean, we're talking 34-6 with 10 minutes left in the first half. They have got to do something to turn this around.
Coach Wall's Wildcats will start this fifth possession of the night on their own 32. For those of you listening on the radio back at home, moving from left to right on the right hash mark. As Bardwell will break him out. His receiver, Jacoby McCoy, will head over to the right side. And three Cats stacked up top to the left. On a 1st and 10 from his own 32, Bardwell in the flat has his receiver. It's Wells. And Wells, the Hornets' nest, stinging them early here again on this possession. And maybe a gain of 1. We'll see. Maybe no gain at all.
Well, I love the swarming there of the Hornet defense. The cornerback held up the wideout until his teammates came to help bring him down. And, man, the defense is playing very well tonight.
34-6 your score, 9:41 to go here in the Hit Solution second quarter. Second down and 9 for the Wildcats. And this time, not much on it. And
Big Ed Bobino.
Boy, did they sack him on that one?
They sacked him on that one.
Well, you know what happens on a sack. That's the first one that we've seen tonight. And guess what? Those sacks are made possible by our friends at Hartfield Florist. Hartfield Florist, the quarterback sack. Appreciate their support here this season and all that they're doing for Wildcat, or for the Wildcat sack coming up there moments ago. Personalizing your event since 1957, Hartfield Florist. Thank you for your support this season. 3rd down and 12 for the Cats. Another opportunity here for the Hornet defense. Bardwell throws, flag flies early. It's incomplete. And we'll try to see Josh Criswell down there. He was in front of it. Josh, did you see anything on that flag?
Yeah, it looked like there was a couple Huntsville defenders that jumped off sides on that one. So free play for Willis. Looks like they're going to tack on 5 yards here, and it's going to be a 3rd and 7 coming on up.
Yeah, we missed it there. Thanks, Josh. Missed it on the replay. So luckily it was 3rd and 12. Give them 5 more. So still 3rd down territory. 3rd down and 7 now for the Wildcats on their home field. 3rd and 7, 8:58 to go. Bardwell in the gun, sends 2 receivers down to the right. One of them's Jadarius Brown, also joined by Jamarius Wells. 1 receiver to the left. Bardwell gets it, pump fakes once with pressure behind him, releases this one. It is almost intercepted. It was just out of the reach of the Hornets, and it looks like Ethan Miner had a chance to make something major out of that one, but just out of his fingertips. I like the effort, though.
Boy, I do too. Boy, he was stretched out parallel to the ground and almost was able to pick that ball off.
Take a look at it here on the Walker County Federal Credit Union instant replay as Brian, he just leapt there and just barely out of the reach. Brings up 4th down and 7, and boy, the Wildcats going to line up to go for it here on their own 35. A little dangerous situation. They're trailing 34-6. Bardwell calling for it. The Hornets showing a little bit of 4-3 and trying to run in on bringing some pressure here. Bardwell will step back, recalls a play. 2 receivers down to the right, 1 up top to the left. And, that's going to be a false start there against the Wildcats. They moved a little too early. Well, they're pointing towards Huntsville.
Well, you're talking about major confusion going on. 4th down, long.
Now down to you, Josh Criswell. It looked like to me that the Wildcats had moved.
Yeah, it looks like that was movement on the Wildcats' part. Just a little bit of confusion.
Yep.
It looks like they were maybe sliding that quarterback back into a punting position. Saw he step back about 3 or 4 yards just before the snap.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds as the Hornets lead 34-6. 4th and 12 coming up. We'll be back in a moment. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey Huntsville sports fans, this is Robert Lindeman of Hit Solutions. Hit Solutions serves the real estate needs of the Huntsville area. Our goal is to bring you home. Hit Solutions Realty wants to assist you with finding that piece of property that makes you feel at home. Whether buying or selling, Solutions Realty will assist you in every step of the way. To get the ball rolling, visit us online at HITTSS.com. Hit Solutions, a proud supporter of Huntsville Hornets.
All right, friends, welcome back. 8:43 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. We're live from Willis, Texas, broadcasting from the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. I'm Rob Hipp, alongside the former Sam Houston State quarterback Brian Adams. 34-6 your score, 4th and 12 here for the Wildcats. They're going to punt this one away now after that false start moments ago. Set back to receive for the Hornets around the 25. This one high up into the air, and it is caught at the 30. Moving around through defenders, it's Justin Butcher. Butcher has daylight on the left side, calling for players to get blocks, and Butcher into Willis Wildcat territory, out of bounds just in front of the 40-yard line. There it is again, the special teams dominating tonight.
Boy, Butcher has got absolute lights-out speed. He got around the corner and was gone. What a big play.
It's the 6th possession of the night for the Huntsville Hornets. This one will start on the Willis. Boy, looks like they've got this thing marked about the 35, Brian, on the Willis Wildcat side.
Well, it looks like the referees are discussing on the far sideline. I'm not sure what the call is. They're walking it off.
And now they're bringing this thing back. Originally, it was all the way in Wildcat territory. I don't know if Josh down there on the sidelines. Josh, did you happen to pick up that last play?
No, I wasn't able to catch it. I'm thinking maybe they saw a knee down, or I'm not too sure really. It looked like he picked that one up and kind of started breaking away.
That's what we thought from up here, but they're going to say he was down back in his own territory. They're going to put him all the way back at the 45-yard line, Brian. So that's about a 30-yard difference from where they originally had it marked in Wildcat territory. Back to his own 45. Still, though, good field position here to start for the Hornets with that commanding 34-6 lead.
Oh, no question about it. Huntsville's had great field position all night long, and they have been capitalizing on it all night long.
So again, starting on their own 45, 8:30 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter, 34-6. Hornets with the lead. The ball resting on the right hash mark. Wilson in the gun. One receiver down to the left. All by himself is Cam Cole. Wilson looking. Pressure coming over center. Just out of the fingertips of Jamarcus Howard. It was a good play. Jamarcus, though, on his back feet, couldn't haul it in.
Well, Howard was wide open down in the middle between the hash marks. A.J. Wilson had a lot of pressure coming from his blind side. Had to get rid of it earlier than he wanted to. Incomplete pass.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Hornets. Taking another look at that just out of the reach of his fingertips. And a lot of pressure was coming there from Trevor Jones. Still, though, Brian, on these plays, it's ones for me as a broadcaster, I like to see that effort.
Yep, no question about it. I mean, it's all about the effort. And Huntsville is certainly giving great effort tonight.
2nd and 10 from their own 45, 8:25 to go. Hornets leading 34-6. Fumble on the ground, the exchange there. Luckily, Jalen McClain able to fall back on it. And that's really the first mishap that we've seen so far here this evening. Brings up 3rd down and long.
Well, Huntsville's had a lot of, you're talking about mishaps. They've had a lot of penalties go against them so far in this first half. That was the first dropped ball. Fortunately for Huntsville, they were able to pick it up and regain possession.
Just want to give a shout out tonight to our Huntsville Hornet fans. They have came out here in a nest tonight, and almost every available social distanced seat is there. This one airing out to the right side, jumping up, and it is incomplete. And there's good coverage there, incomplete around the 30-yard line to the intended receiver, Jordan Woodbury. That'll bring up 4th down.
A.J. Wilson, boy, he's got a heck of an arm, Rob, but he's also got some pretty tall wide receivers that he can throw it up. And just, when you're a quarterback, you can throw the ball up. Just give your receiver a chance. I mean, and that's what he's doing here tonight, and so far it's paid off for him.
4th and 12, a rare punt here for the Hornets. And, in fact, Brian, it's their 2nd punt of the evening, if I'm not mistaken. They'll punt this one away from their own 30. One back to receive for Willis. Looks like Jadarius Brown, the junior. And Avalar set to punt this one away.
And he's a dangerous return man. They talked about his speed prior to the game tonight.
And looks like a timeout called here by Huntsville. That is their 2nd. One remaining here in the first half. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as well. It's 34-6. 7:48 to go in the Hit Solutions 2nd quarter. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Looking for no bull customer service, no bull selection, and no bull pricing? Then head to Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville, your no bull Super Duty and Super Crew headquarters. Right now at Bill Fick Ford, there's a huge savings to be had on all in-stock 2019 Ford Rangers and Ford Transit vans. Hurry in today and see for yourself why so many people buy time after time at Bill Fick Ford. Or shop online at BillFickFord.com. Nationwide delivery is free. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South in Huntsville.
Back here by the Hornets on the punt attempt, and unfortunately that's going to go all the way back to the 20, and back-to-back mistakes here by the Hornets, and the Wildcats are going to have excellent field position to start here, Brian. Just a fumbled up snap there to the punter.
Yeah, it was the deep snapper shot it a little high. Avalar had a hard time bringing it in, dropped it around the 20-yard line. I think is where they're going to mark it, Rob. So Willis has the ball in very good shape with 7:41 left in the 2nd quarter.
For those of you on YouTube, we apologize for the audio coming back to you pretty loud. Just a few things that we're still going to be working on as we continue this season, as we're trying to feed that radio feedback to you. So, again, thank you for that. I'm sorry if it's blowing your ears out. It's at least keeping Brian and I active up here, not like the game was doing enough of that already. So, 1st down here for the Wildcats starting on the Hornet 20. And in trouble here and slammed down for the Hartfield Flores sack. Coming up there was the big man, Brian Bobino, I believe, and his teammates making that sack back there.
Well, that's what they talked about before the season started with this big athletic defensive line. And those Bobino brothers, they are as good as it gets. Brings Woodbury down for a loss.
So the 6th possession of the night for the Willis Wildcats, starting on the Hornet 20, now backed up 10 yards to the 30. 2nd down and long here. 2nd and 20 for Willis. Handoff. Oh, almost a horse collar. Still bouncing around. There's that diesel we talk about. Johnny McHenry. He's finally brought down at the 30, back to near the original line of scrimmage.
Well, 99, Big Ed Bobino was on the play first. He was able to slow the running back down until some more Hornet defenders came to help. Good play there by the Hornet defense.
Brings up 3rd down and a long 20 for your Hornets. The ball resting on the Hornet 30-yard line. As we have seen plays tonight here in pretty much flawless play for the first call it what you will, Brian, 18 minutes, and then a couple of mistakes here by the Hornets. The Wildcats, though, look like they're not able to capitalize so far. 3rd down and a long 20. The ball resting on the right hash mark. It's Bardwell in the gun. 2 receivers up to the left. 1 lone Wildcat is McCoy down to the right. 4 up front for the defense of your Hornets. Chasing back, Bardwell airs this one out, up and way too high. Mama, you've got to climb a ladder to reach that one. It's incomplete.
Wow. Wow, I'm glad everybody got up from that play. Flag down.
Yeah, got a flag down, and Josh Criswell, we'll go down to you if you've got us down there on the sidelines. Josh, what'd you see, man?
The only thing I can guess is a late hit on the quarterback. He definitely took a shot, probably borderline on whether or not it's a roughing call. But if I had to guess, yep, personal foul. That's what it's going to be.
Yep, exactly. We just saw it there on the replay. Thanks, Josh. Those replays, of course, brought to you by Walker County Federal Credit Union. And, Brian, that's going to be first down here now for the Wildcats. So they're getting bailed out on that one.
They are absolutely getting bailed out on that, Rob. And if they don't punch it in the end zone on this possession, they are going to be in trouble. They need to, if they're going to stop the bleeding, they need to put 6 points on the board on this drive.
Now it's 6:09 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. Hornets leading 34-6, but the Wildcats driving down after a missnap punt earlier by the Hornets. And the Wildcats able to capitalize on that here on their 6th possession of the night. This drive started on the Hornet 20, and it's moved up now, and that personal foul is going to bring it up even closer now, well deep into the red zone around the 10-yard line. The ball resting on the right hash mark as Bardwell will stand in the gun, and a little bit of confusion here. The officials are going to bring it back now, Brian.
Well, now he's marking it off.
Yeah. Marking it off. That's what I need to do when I park my car at the grocery store at H-E-B. By the way, speaking of which, Monday, 6:30, the all-new Hornet Nation Coaches Show. The first one, 6:30. Get there early. It's inside of H-E-B at True Texas Barbecue. Thanks to the wonderful folks there for hosting our new Coaches Show. The first one will be on this Monday, and then following that will be every Wednesday at 6:30.
That's outstanding.
So, there's always a reason for marking things off, thinking of your car, and then remembering. Hey, and one other thing tonight, if you're out there listening, there's still a little bit of confusion down here. I wanted to give a shout-out to my neighbor, Big Mama. She said, Rob, can you say hello to me tonight? I said, sweetie, I'm going to say hello to you for sure. And Big Mama is a sweet lady, and we love you in Huntsville, and thanks for all you do, Big Mama. I wanted to give you a shout-out tonight.
Well, give her a shout-out from me. Hello, Big Mama.
We appreciate her. She made me feel right at home here when I, came down. And so loving this community and loving these Hornets. First down and 10. The ball on the 15-yard line. Delayed handoff on the option back over to the right side. Nowhere to go inside that Hornets nest. And coming up off the top of the pile there for your Hornets, it's Braden Henderson and his teammates saying, get out of here, baby. You're not going to come inside this area.
Well, I tell you, the only thing that's really kind of helped, Willis tonight so far in the red zone are flags against Huntsville. If it is a clean snap and a clean play, Huntsville is just shutting them down.
Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 11 for the Wildcats. 1 receiver, actually make it 2 to the left and the right. Bardwell throwing, airing it over to the right side, up, and that's intercepted in the end zone. The 2nd interception of the night for the Huntsville Hornets, pulling that one down. It's right into the hands of Ethan Miner.
What a great play, Ethan Miner. Just like going up for a jump ball in basketball, he went up, got higher. That play is on Woodbury, though. If you're going to throw a fade route, you have to throw it far enough. You underthrow it, it's going to be picked off every time.
Got to give my man Melton credit up here for grabbing that one beautifully on the camera. Also down there, TJ, tonight. Thank you for all your hard work. Couldn't do it without our wonderful crew here for the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. That's an interception, and the Huntsville Hornets will keep that commanding lead at 34-6 with 5:24 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter.
Well, Rob, we talked about just a minute ago how important it was for Willis to put some points on the board on that drive. And once again, the Huntsville defense, which everybody's talking about, shut them down. And now A.J. Wilson is back out under center.
Wilson will command the nest, 1st and 10 from his own 20, moving from right to left. A handoff here. I believe it is that McLean? The number's starting to kind of mirror. It was McLean. McLean just a couple there on 2nd down. Brings up 3rd down, or beg your pardon, brings up 2nd down and a long 8 after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, Willis is just having problems on offense and in defense against the Hornets tonight so far in this first half. And Huntsville has taken plenty of advantage.
2nd and 8 from their own 22. Wilson fakes the handoff, rolls to the left. He's trying to find daylight near the 25, angling his way, tightrope in the sidelines across the 30, and he may have enough We'll see where he stepped out of bounds. He was right near that marker, and they will call it a Moke and Moke attorneys at law. First down for the Hornets. A.J. just tight-roping it, Brian, and those little extra steps helping to get that first down.
Well, I'm going to go way old school here in a minute. A.J. Wilson, he's a junior. He reminds me, and this is in the late 70s, a quarterback by the name of Royce Kraft. That's what he looks like out there. He's got the same build, the same speed, the same arm, and I'm telling you, he's a talented athlete.
Brings up 1st and 10 on the 30. Wilson here, the handoff, and not much to go. Over to McClain. He won't even go to the ground there. He was able to hold up on his own. That pile just kind of bouncing him around like a pinball. Not much on it. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd down and a long 10. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, though, tonight, Brian.
Well, you think about it, Rob. So Huntsville hadn't played a real game all season. This is their first one, and they look like so far in this first half they've played several. Played a scrimmage against Lufkin, played a practice game against themselves, and here they are tonight against Willis, just dominating the first half.
2nd down and 8, and opportunity here, and trying to carry this one forward up to the 35. A gain of 3 brings up 3rd down and manageable here for your Huntsville Hornets. We'll call it 3rd down and about 5, Brian, after the keeper there.
Well, you know, one of the things we talked about in this early season so far is the fact that Huntsville lost 30 seniors.
30 plus, yeah.
30 plus. And one of the things they were concerned about was the Hornet O-line. So far tonight, the Hornet O-line has stepped up and done a great job. They're opening up holes for McClain. They're also giving Wilson plenty of time to drop back and go through his progressions. They are doing a great job.
McClain will stand as the back to the right. The handoff is to McClain, trying to go in between the dashes, and just a short gain on a 3rd and 5, maybe 1, going to bring up 4th down and long, and I would expect the punting unit here backed up near their own 35.
Yeah, Avilar's coming out. Willis is going to probably try to block this punt, get the ball deep in Huntsville territory with just a few minutes left in this first half.
Well, remember on the last possession for the Hornets, they fumbled that punt snap, and that's what gave the Wildcats great position. The Willis Wildcats not able to capitalize. So 4th down and 3, ball marked at the 37. Avilar, though, will stand around his own 25. High snap. This one partially may have got a little touch on it. It's going to be a short punt, takes a roll, and still rolling its way down across the 30, and it'll be down at the 29-yard line. 2:49 to go, 34-6, your score. Hornets up front here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornets Nation Broadcast Network.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekend.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, friends. 2:43 to go here in the first half. We're in the second quarter, the Hit Solutions second quarter. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams here in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth in Willis, Texas. After the punt moments ago, and the Wildcats of Willis got the ball back, trailing 34-6, Brian.
Well, flags come flying, and it's against Huntsville, and it was a big one. The Willis Wildcats have the ball now on the 45-yard line. Not sure what the penalty was, but it was a 15-yarder.
Looked like a face mask. Mr. Melton caught it up here for us. Appreciate you, my friend. 1st and 10 now from their own 45 as Bardwell will stand on the 40. Rolls in the flat over to the left, and now he's tracked. He's going to have to come back, and he's brought down. That's a Hartfield Flores sack back there. The 3rd one of the night at the 38-yard line. And a host of Hornets, maybe led by Seth Carroll and a few others. A high five as Carroll gets it coming back over to the sideline.
Yeah, Carroll is fired up. Good job there on that quarterback sack, and we have a Willis player down.
Yeah, we've got a Willis player down there, 2:23 remaining. We'll take an injury timeout, 34-6, 2:23 here in the second. We'll be right back here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Fat Boys Pizza. Bacon ranch, buffalo chicken, barbecue chicken, margarita. Oh man, it's so good. Loaded baked potato pizza? Yeah. Fat Boys Pizza. You've never tasted pizza this good. Get out of your comfort box and tease those taste buds. Fat Boys Pizza in Riverside. Try those delicious wings. Or how about the Fat Boys Delight dessert with butter, cinnamon, sugar, and cream? Check out Facebook.com/Fat Boys Pizza Trailer. Or make the short drive up 19 in Riverside. Fat Boys Pizza proudly supports the Hornets. Sting 'em!
We made it! We made it to Labor Day, and here at Huntsville, we're going to celebrate Labor Day all month long with huge savings on a great selection of Chevys. We have the new Tahoe and Suburban in stock. If you're looking for a truck, we have plenty of half-tons, three-quarter tons, and one-tons. We also have huge savings on a complete lineup of midsize SUVs like the Trax, Equinox, Traverse. But you have to hurry to Wiesner and Huntsville to see just how big these Labor Day savings truly are, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. Chevy, find new roads.
We're back live from Yates Stadium in Willis, Texas, 34-6. The injured Wildcat able to walk off under his own accord, and it's second down and 17, and it's a sack. Oh, that one got thrown down to the ground. It rolls out of bounds, and they're going to call that an incomplete pass. My goodness, barely got it off in the nick of time. Boy, this defense tonight has just been a nest to be reckoned with, Brian, of these Hornets.
Well, guess who? Number 99, Big Ed Bobino. Telling you, he is talented. He is big, he is strong, and he's athletic, and he can run, and he is giving Woodbury fits tonight.
Well, it was second down and 17 for the Wildcats of Willis after the incomplete pass. 2:02 to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. There's a flag down there that looks like they picked it up, though, Brian. I'm not sure what happened. Second down, and actually make it third down and 17. Got behind the down there. Third and 17. We'll get the scoreboard updated as well. Third and 17. I'm having to do double duty up here. We'll get someone to help with this as we go forward. And now a sack in the backfield again this time. Oh, man, the Hornets swarming them tonight, baby.
Well, that was three Hornets in on that sack. Looked like Quaterian Riles was in on that sack, along with, I'm not so certain that wasn't Keyshawn Myers in on that as well.
Yeah, you can look right there and swinging around. Quaterian Riles right there at the bottom of it, and he had some help from his teammates, and that's another Hartfield-Flores sack, the fourth one, if I recall correctly tonight, Brian.
Well, Huntsville's defense is not giving Willis any breathing room whatsoever. And they are just putting the absolute huge pressure on Woodbury. And, basically they shut down number 7, Darian Brown, who was probably the better athlete there for Willis on the field.
Well, punt coming up here. Justin Butcher set back to receive alongside his teammate Jadarian White. So it's Butcher and White. Hornets showing a little bust through the line here. Almost got a hand on that. Then this one will sell over, and White has it at the 45. Dodging through his defender across the 50. Now right side 45-40, spinning around 360 top baby to the 30, angling his way and still on his feet. And he's finally brought down just inside the 30-yard line. Somebody put a string on that young man, pulled him, and he spun around.
Wow, Jadarian White, you talking about talented. He did the spin move. Big return. Hornets have great field position. Probably going to punch some more points on the board here before half. Wow.
1:15 remaining here in the Hit Solution second quarter, 34-6. Hornets have the ball here. And this drive, Brian, where did this drive start for them? I missed that. Not sure where this drive started.
It was a big punt return
back
for
to the
Hornets.
45,
Yep,
I think.
Yep.
So we'll call it the 45 from here. It is first down and 10. That was enough for a Moak & Moak Attorneys at Law first down. Appreciate Sam Moak and all that he does in the community. On the right hash mark here for Wilson and company, the Hornets have it, leading 34-6, 1:15 to go from the Wildcat 28 over center, caught, touchdown, 28 yards right into the hands of, who was that into, Brian?
Justin Butcher.
It was Butcher. Butcher coming up with it and hobbling up a little bit there, but Justin Butcher, we'll take a look at it on the Walker County Federal Credit Union replay, 28-yard strike over center. And able to bring that one in for another Hornet touchdown tonight.
Well, that's just your textbook post pattern. And Justin Butcher ran it perfectly, beat the defender. A.J. Wilson hit him right on stride. Huntsville is absolutely rolling.
MRC Creekside extra point on the way, and it's good for Avalar, the Holder Wilson. 40-6. You heard it right. Now 41-6. 1:08 to go here in the first half in Willis, Texas. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
We made it! We made it to Labor Day, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, we're going to celebrate Labor Day all month long with huge savings on a great selection of Buick and GMCs. We have the all-new Yukon XL in stock. If you're looking for a truck, we've got half tons, 3/4 tons, and plenty of 1 tons. We even have huge savings on a complete lineup of midsize SUVs like the Encore GX, Envision, and Enclave. But you have to hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville and see just how big these Labor Day savings truly are. Or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. GMC is professional grade.
(41-6) your score here at Yates Stadium. We're on the road tonight. The first game for the Huntsville Hornets, trying to go 1-0 in this early season. And the Wildcats trying to avoid going 0-2 after dropping a close one to Tomball just a week ago. These Hornets came out stinging tonight, Brian. Again, 41-6. It's been A.J. Wilson. Really tonight, you can't really pick apart one player. It's been an entire team effort. Offense, defense, and special teams, all of them doing their part tonight here in Willis.
No question about it. And got to give that defense huge credit. They made some big plays, put some points on the boards themselves, help A.J. Wilson and company out, and the Hornets are steamrolling the Wildcats here in the first half.
Back into the end zone, the Wildcats running, and boom, smack goes that dynamite baby right there in front of the 30, and getting lit up on that play. Trying to come up from it was Tellis Harrison, and Calvin Simmons said, "You better get out of here, man."
Boy, Calvin Simmons lit him up, and boy, you should have heard the crowd. They were all, wow, what a hit.
I didn't catch it on the replay buffer soon enough. That one may have broken the speakers up here. Melton was about to tell me what's going on up here on that one, man. It was a good one just moments ago. This drive will start here for Willis, their 8th possession of the night, 1st and 10 from their own 29, moving from left to right. Still got their quarterback in there is Bardwell. He struggled at times tonight. Handoff to Philip Haba. Haba's had the ball, but this time he's going backwards, and looks like Hornet coming up there with the initial hit with Seth Carroll for a loss.
Well, I tell you what, it is like these Hornets are coming in just unscathed and not even being touched and making huge plays, dropping Willis back for losses on play after play. Boy, this defense is something else.
That was a 5-yard loss on that play. 2nd down and 15, 33 seconds to go. Willis trailing 41-6. Bardwell here trying to dodge through defenders, and it was actually a handoff back here over to his back. It was Derek Lagway trying to find something else. If that was Lagway, that's a freshman out there, by the way.
That was Lagway.
Yeah, that's one of the few freshmen, actually one of only 2 freshmen on this varsity squad roster. 11 seconds to go, another loss, 3rd down and 15. And they got it's Lagway is the quarterback out here now, actually. And Lagway here incomplete with 2.9 to go. So they got a new quarterback in here getting a few snaps, trying to see what the freshman can do.
Well, it's probably going to be a lot of people seeing some snaps tonight. With a score like this, you're going to want to see some other people get some touches and get some experience. And, man, just like I said, I hate to keep repeating it, but the Hornets are just rolling here in this first half.
Well, you know, the Hornets have not lost to Willis since you go back all the way to 2013. This has been a school that's had their number. Willis this year, though, they've moved up to 6A. Just with the growth that's going on in this area, and they're now in that 6A position. But tonight, these Hornets don't look like anything remotely as a under-district team, as a 5A team. And Willis has got their work cut out for him, but you got to be proud of Huntsville tonight, Brian.
Yeah, no question about it. And, again, we can't help but do this with the help of our sponsors and folks like that. And I want to give a shout-out to First Financial Bank, You First, Cabins and More of Texas, the highest quality portable cabins available, quality, service, and value. And our good friend over there, Tim, at Charlie's Used Cars. Customer satisfaction is our #1 priority in Walker County Federal Credit Union. If you live or work in Walker County, you're eligible for membership.
And, of course, this season presented by our good friends at First Financial Bank. First Financial Bank, You First. They're making it happen along all of our wonderful sponsors. Just under 3 seconds to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. Hornets leading 41-6, 3rd down and a long. Actually, it's going to be 4th. I don't know why they're showing 3rd. It's back there now. It should be 4th and 27. after this ball goes way back. They've still got the quarterback Lagway out there. Lagway looking, avoids a sack, throws over center, has a reception to Wells. And Wells skipping his way across, spinning around across the 50. Wells still on his feet to the 45. Nice pass there to Wells. And that will do it for the first half. 41-6. Your Hornets in control tonight here in Willis, Texas. We'll step aside and take a break. We've got a lot to talk about coming up here on the Northside Baptist Church halftime show. That's moments away. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
Spring is here, which means longer days and big plans.
Well, I think we're in pretty good shape. All right, we're back down here at Huntsville Hornet football halftime. Down to Josh Criswell on the field with head coach Rodney Southern.
Disrupts their timing, so we tackled decent. Couple plays that we probably go back and look at, but overall, obviously, we've played really well the first half.
A lot of new faces out there. Who's impressed you the most so far tonight?
Well, that's hard to say. AJ's done a pretty good job, obviously, the first half in the football. Jalen McClain's done a good job running with it. And obviously, O-line, D-line, it's hard to tell which one guy. I think all 4 D linemen have played really well the first half.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, Josh, thanks down there with that interview just a few moments ago. And we'll step aside again and take another break. Wanted to make sure that we got Coach in there. Again, 41-6 your score. The Northside Baptist Church halftime show continues. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Spring is here, which means longer days and big plans. This is Veronica at CSCU. Whether you want to consolidate debt, do some work around the house, cover unexpected expenses, or treat yourself to a much-needed vacation, a personal loan from CSCU can cover just about anything you have in mind. Get access to the money you need when you need it. Apply online today at CSCU.com or give us a call. Hablamos Español. Bank happy, spend smart, live well. CSCU member NCUA.
We made it! We made it to Labor Day, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, we're going to celebrate Labor Day all month long with huge savings on the great selection of Chevys. We have the new Tahoe and Suburban in stock. If you're looking for a truck, we have plenty of half-tons, 3/4 tons, and 1-tons. We also have huge savings on a complete lineup of midsize SUVs like the Trax, Equinox, Traverse. But you have to hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville to see just how big these Labor Day savings truly are, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. Find new roads.
It's the Hornets halftime show, brought to you by Northside Baptist Church on 101.7 KSAM. Let's get back to the stadium with Brian Adams and Rob Hipp.
All right, friends, well, welcome back. We are here live tonight, Yates Stadium. Hello to everybody out there in YouTube land, Brian. It's good to see faces out there. Well, we can't see theirs, but so far this has been just, if you want to have a first game of the season, Brian, we got to talk about Huntsville and how they came out early. Through 8 possessions, both teams touching the ball 8 times. The Hornets started things on their own 34-yard line. They capped that drive off an 11-yard touchdown run into their running back, Jalen McClain, who's been a force tonight. Early on I felt like McClain had some good plays, but then the Wildcats started to figure out the run game a little bit, and guess what? Your Hornets improvised. They found new ways. They found ways with A.J. Wilson. They found ways with their defense, with their special teams. They've been all over the place tonight, Brian.
No question about it. As you said, this is Huntsville's first game of the season. This is Willis' second game of the season, and Huntsville's looking like they've played several games already. They are impressive. Their defense, people were talking about this Hornet defense prior to the season starting, and let me tell you, the reason they were talking about it is because of the 2 Bambino brothers up front. They are terrific. Junior quarterback A.J. Wilson, lights out. This young man has an arm that's unbelievable, but he's also got the speed to go with it. And for a junior having his first start tonight, Rob, his field presence, he is seeing the field, and his O-line is giving him opportunities. And when you have that going for you, you can't be beat.
Well, Brian, you've been working, of course, here with KSAM and with the Hornets for a very long time, and you've worked with a lot of great folks over the years, and you've seen a lot of great games. And I got to tell you tonight, man, from your perspective, this Hornet team this year compared to last year, coaches talked about this team is quieter. Well, they're obviously not quieter on the field, that's for sure. What have you seen so far? I know we're only, 24 minutes basically into the season, but what have you seen so far that's been impressive about this squad versus last year, Brian?
Well, the last several years, since Coach Southern has been here, he has turned the culture around here in Huntsville. And it is all about winning, and it is all about your teammates, and it is all about picking each other up. The one thing that separates this year's team, at least in the first half, from last year's team that I've noticed is overall team speed. Huntsville has the team speed, and let me tell you, they are going to be difficult to catch when they get out in the open field.
Well, we keep talking about it, Brian. A very young offense, just really from what I've seen, only one starting senior down there this season, and there is a lot to look forward to, not only as we continue through this season, through this game, quite frankly, but as this season goes on, we're going to see a Huntsville Hornet team continue to mature, continue to develop, and more leaders are going to start stepping up on that offensive side. We're seeing it tonight from the junior A.J. Wilson. I know we've talked about him a lot. We want to talk about McLean too. But then how about that offensive line, a young offensive line? And they are doing a phenomenal job tonight, giving room for A.J. to run, giving room for their running back. Those guys don't get mentioned often, Brian, but tonight they're the heartbeat of what's happening on this offense.
Oh, well, without those guys doing their job, you wouldn't have an offense. And you're right, with the graduation of over 30 seniors, these younger guys had to step up. And tonight, this O-line is showing that they can do the job and do a good job.
Talking about starters, 2 of those on the front line, only sophomores.
Amazing.
It's only going to get better, friends. We'll keep it here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. We'll actually step aside for just a few moments. 22 minutes to go here at halftime. We'll hear about what's going on at the wonderful Huntsville ISD and more here on the Northside Baptist Church halftime show. Stay with us. It's 41-6. Hornets in control in Willis, Texas. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections and tweak the game plan. And then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the game plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
It's time to stir up the Hornet's Nest on 101.7 KSAM. Brought to you by Wiesner Chevrolet. Here is Jen and Duncan.
Happy Friday Night Lights, Hornet fans. Thanks for tuning in and listening to the broadcast of tonight's game here on KSAM. Here's what's buzzing in Huntsville ISD. Did you know that October is National Bullying Prevention Month? Well, it is, and it's our pleasure to designate this entire month to bullying prevention to help raise awareness for this very serious problem among school-aged children. Bullying occurs through face-to-face confrontation or through cyberbullying using technology such as computers, cell phones, and other devices. Cyberbullying occurs with hurtful and often embarrassing messages via text, instant messaging, emails, and social media. Bullying negatively affects the atmosphere of our schools and disrupts the learning environment. Bullying is not something to be tolerated. It takes the entire school community to create an inviting school where everyone feels safe and like they belong. Working teachers, staff, students, and parents, along with the support from our community, can help stop bullying in our schools. Keep an eye out on our social media pages. It's a fact that bullying is less likely to occur when there are strong messages against it. So during this month, we will be posting anti-bullying messages along with good character education by sharing helpful facts on bullying and how HISD stands against bullying and how you can too. We invite everyone to join us as we wear blue on Monday for World Blue Day against bullying. And then on Wednesday, October the 7th, join us as we all wear the color orange for National Stop Bullying Day. And Red Ribbon Week in Huntsville ISD will be celebrated the very last week of this month with crazy activities and lessons planned to help stress the importance of being kind to yourself and to others through great choices. The theme at all campuses is Be Happy, Be Brave, Be Drug Free. Watch for campuses to share their dress schedule and fun. HISD stresses that safety for our students and staff is and always will be our top priority. So if you see something, please say something in HISD. We encourage everyone who has a safety concern or possibly a bullying issue to click the HISD Incident Reporter button found on every web page on our website and get your issue reported so that it can be appropriately addressed by administration. Hornet Nation, we are happy to be back in action. It's been way too long to have to wait for Hornet football. Next week, the Hornets will be on the road playing on Thursday night on October the 8th down in Humble at Turner Stadium, where the Hornets will take on Kingwood. Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m. Remember, all tickets this year must be purchased online. Visit hornetnation.org and look for the game link to purchase your tickets. Each ticket is general admission pricing with a non-refundable convenience fee. Seating capacity at all venues are limited and tickets are sold on a first-come, first-served basis. Be sure to print out your purchase ticket or download it to your phone so you can be scanned in to the game. Remember, if you are sick or not feeling well, please stay home. It's critical that we all do our part to protect the Hive and our buses and other facilities. We must do our part to keep our players and fans safe too. And we must all follow UIL game guidelines for safety. So please wear your face masks, sit in family groups, and social distance yourselves from others in the stands, on the concourse, in the aisles, restrooms, and at the concession stands. Can't make it to the game? No problem. We've got you covered this year. We're proud that this year Hornet Nation fans can tune in and listen to the game on KSAM 101.7 FM radio, or you can watch the game from anywhere via the live stream on KSAM's website at KSAM1017.com. Thanks to the new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. What a wonderful new opportunity for our families and fans. And make note to your football schedules. Senior night has been moved up to Friday, October the 16th. And homecoming has also been moved up and will now be held on Friday, October the 30th. We don't want families and students to miss out on these important game changes. We'll be sharing more information about homecoming activities in the next few weeks, so stay tuned. The month of October is also known as National Dyslexia Awareness Month. Do you have a student who has dyslexia? Well, save the date. HISD is planning a live virtual event just for you on Tuesday, October the 13th at 6:30 p.m. Join us as we celebrate dyslexia awareness and discuss our Huntsville ISD dyslexia program, characteristics of dyslexia, along with helpful resources for parents and students. All parents and students of Huntsville ISD are welcome to log in and join us for this very special event. And that same day, we invite everyone in our community to go red with us by wearing the color red to help promote dyslexia awareness. And parents, be sure your calendars reflect Monday, October the 19th as a scheduled student holiday in Huntsville ISD. We will have a parent-teacher conference day for all grades at all campuses across the district. You'll want to schedule a conference if you need to visit about your child's individual progress, conduct, or grades. Conferences can always be scheduled if you need one, but this will be a day set aside to meet. So be sure to connect with your child's teachers to schedule a meeting time today if you need to. It's a great day. Hornet, we're building champions, everyone, every day. We hope you enjoy listening to the Red Knights game here on KSAM. Good luck, Hornets. Let's sting them.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections and tweak the game plan. And then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Halftime for the soul. You can be refreshed. Because Jesus, there's only one plan. It starts with Jesus. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
All right, friends, we're at halftime here, the Northside Baptist Church halftime show. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. About 14 minutes to go before we get things started in the third quarter. Brian, it's been a domination of the Huntsville Hornets all throughout this game, leading 41-6 here on the road at Willis, the Yates Stadium. And, you know, Brian, I got to say something. I heard all week they said, get ready, Willis Stadium. It's a little tight. I'm going to tell you what, though, man. I started broadcasting. My first football game I ever broadcast was in Sinton, Texas, years ago. I guess about 7 years ago. And, it was a playoff game. And we were broadcasting at a facility, and it was a playoff game. It wasn't in Sinton. It was a Sinton playoff game. The press box floor was actually rotting out. We didn't even have access to the press box. But there's something unique. And the reason I bring this up is I love being right in the middle of our fans. I love this facility here. I really do. We're out in the open air. We're not in a press box. We're right behind our fans, and it has been such a fun atmosphere. I love being right in the middle of our people here. It's so much fun, Brian.
It is. This will be my third time to broadcast a ball game here in Willis. And you're right, Rob. The way the stadium is set up, it's a very nice stadium. And on the visitor side, we're on a big giant platform right above, the Hornet fans. And we are right amongst them. And we can sit there. We'll have people look back and wave at us. We'll have people come up. My son's girlfriend just came up and give me a hug, Hannah. And, it's fun to be out here. This is such a great atmosphere. It is electric, and especially when your team is rolling like the Hornets are rolling tonight, it makes it even that much more fun. And this is just a great place to call a ball game.
Tonight I'm not sure if the Hornet Band was able to make it down here tonight. And as this season progresses, we are definitely going to try to do what we can to make sure that we catch some of the Hornet Band as well. The opposing bands, we probably won't be able to just because due to time constraints. But if we can, we want to give credit to our Huntsville Hornet Band as well. We just haven't seen them out there tonight. And this may be parent night tonight here already at Willis. And a lot of schools are actually bumping those kind of things forward because of the concerns and the uncertainty about COVID. We're living in some different times now because of that pandemic going on. And, Brian, I've been pretty socially distant. You and I have been around each other. And so I feel comfortable around you. We know where we've been. But when it comes to other things, I've been out wearing masks, doing what we have to do. And for these kids, the most important thing tonight is these kids are getting to play and they're getting a sense of normalcy back. And that is so critical and so important, Brian. And I'm so happy for the kids.
And me too. At the beginning of the season, I did an interview with the Houston Chronicle. And one of the things I talked about was how important football is to these kids. Because it teaches them so many things. It teaches them discipline. It teaches them teamwork. It teaches them how to win, and in some cases teaches them, the proper way to behave if you lose a ball game. It is so important, and I'm so happy the UIL came through, did what they did, allowed these teams to, these high school teams to play ball, and it has been such a good thing for the communities, and I'm just glad to see it. And if I could, President Trump and the First Lady, they came down with COVID. I wish them a speedy recovery. This thing has really been a difficult, it's been a difficult year with this COVID, but I am glad to see, these teams getting out to play, and I'm just glad we have football now.
Works. That's what we're excited about, to have them here tonight. 11 minutes to go here in this halftime. We're going to step aside and take a break here on the Northside Baptist Halftime Show. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Hornets. We'll break down some more of those drives. Don't go anywhere, folks. Hornets lead 41-6. We've got a whole nother half of football. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections, tweak the game plan, and then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the game plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening? Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room, just make corrections and tweak the game plan, and then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
Spring is here, means longer days and big plans. This is Veronica at CSU. Whether you want to consolidate debt, do some work around the house, cover unexpected expenses, or treat yourself to a much-needed vacation, a personal loan from CSU can cover just about anything you have in mind. Get access to the money you need when you need it. Apply online today at CSUTX.com or give us a call. Hablamos Espanol. Happy, Ben Smart, Live Well. CSCU member NCUA.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections and tweak the game plan. And then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the game plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church.
Spring is here, which means longer days and big plans. This is Veronica at CSCU. Whether you want to consolidate debt, do some work around the house, cover unexpected expenses, or treat yourself to a much-needed vacation, a personal loan from CSCU can cover just about anything you have in mind. Get access to the money you need when you need it. Apply online today at cscutx.com or give us a call. Hablamos Español. Bank happy. Smart. Live well. CSCU member NCUA.
That's it for the Hornet Halftime Show, brought to you by Northside Baptist Church on 101.7 KSAM. Coming up next, the second half kickoff on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. You're listening to the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. KSAM Huntsville is 101.7 KSAM.
Friends, 7:34 to go before we get things started here in the second half of play. 41-6 your score. Brian, it was a dominating first half for the Hornets. We'll talk to Josh here in just a few seconds, but Brian, you got to be happy with how these Hornets played. We talked about it just a few moments ago.
No, very happy with this first half. Again, this is their first game of the season. They're playing like they've played several games so far. The one thing I'm a little bit concerned about, again, it's early, way early in the season, first half, is some of the penalties that Huntsville's gotten. They need to kind of clean up that. If they can clean up that part of the game, Huntsville is going to be tough. But they are doing lots of good things. Their defense, people have been talking about this Hornet defense prior to this season starting, and they're showing what they're all about. The Bobino brothers, unbelievable. McLaren, just unbelievable. These guys can play some football. And then, Rob, again, we talked about him a ton. A.J. Wilson.
Yeah, he's done great.
I mean, this guy is a junior, and he's playing like a seasoned veteran, and this is his first start, and the kid is doing amazing things. And what is so impressive to me is his poise in the pocket. That is something, if you have that, if you have your poise in the pocket and you can read the defense, he's going to be difficult to contain.
Well, if this was a grass field, it'd be all mud right now after this game. The Hornets have been chewing up the yards tonight. 41-6 your score. We'll go down to Joshua Criswell down on the field. Josh, appreciate you tonight. Down to you.
Absolutely, and I mean, Brian, I'm glad that you mentioned those penalties. 10 penalties for 100 yards in the first half for Huntsville. But I mean, man, that's a testament to how dominant the Hornets have been tonight, that you're still up by 35 points by giving away 100 free yards. But I mean, you mentioned AJ. Been phenomenal, obviously running the ball. Everyone here knows that he's lights out whenever it comes to running with the ball. But passing, it's what's really impressed me. 7 of 13, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns through the air to go along with another one on the ground. Another guy that's really impressed me, Jordan Woodbury. Seems like Willis hasn't had any answer for him all night long. 53 yards and a touchdown. Not to mention 2 more potential touchdowns that he forced the defensive back for Willis to hold them and get a penalty to keep drives going. So, you talk about that Hornet team speed. That's on full display tonight. And I mean, I think we're going to see some of the backups get in here before too long in this one.
Well, Josh, appreciate you. And Brian up here has got a question too, I believe. And Josh, we got you up here on camera now, by the way.
Hey, Josh, one of the things that has impressed me about Huntsville tonight is that they have kind of been – 50-50 in their offense. They've been running the football and then been passing the football. Tell me what you're seeing down there on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's kind of something that they missed a little bit at times last year. It seemed like they leaned kind of very heavily on the run or the pass depending on who was healthy. Tonight, like you said, it's been very 50-50 early on. Jalen McClain helped dominate on that first drive and got in the end zone. And then after that, it seems like they kind of started packing the box. And once that happened, they tried to challenge AJ to throw, and he's met the charge right there. I mean, like I said, 2 passing touchdowns in the first half, off to a promising start here this season.
Well, awesome. That's the way it goes. 4:21 to go here in the Northside Baptist Church halftime show. Josh, appreciate you as we'll go back to camera 1 on the field, and we'll send it back for a quick commercial break as we continue here. 4 minutes until we get things going in the third quarter. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections and tweak the game plan, and then to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the game plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections and tweak the game plan, and then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the game plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
.19 to go here before we get things started in the city of Huntsville third quarter. I'm Rob Pipp alongside my good friend Brian Adams. And Brian, we're live in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. It's an outside broadcast booth tonight under beautiful skies. I didn't do the weather report. I know that, it was our first game of the season. We're still learning a few logistics of how we're popping this on video as well as the radio feed, of course, back at home in Huntsville. I normally give the weather report. I will say tonight, though, that we just have a beautiful, beautiful moonlight that is shining above us here tonight. Just a beautiful night here in Willis, Texas, Brian. And it's beautiful also. The Hornets leading 41-6.
Friday Night Lights. I mean, it's just famous. There's books been written about it, movies written about it. People, it's an experience like you can't imagine. And here we are, we're doing this game here tonight in Willis. It's such a beautiful evening. The temperatures are nice and cool, not any worry of rain whatsoever. There is absolutely zero wind blowing, and the Hornets are they're way up 41-6 with 1 minute and 9 seconds left in halftime. And, Rob, I tell you, man, the Huntsville Hornets are just clicking on all cylinders.
We're trying to get a little shot of that moon there, but, we can't get it too well. But, it's beautiful out here tonight. We're about to get started again in the city of Huntsville, third quarter. Appreciate Tracy Chappell and all the city staff. Huntsville first. Shop, eat, and play right in Huntsville. And that is what we do in Huntsville, Texas. Brian, I wanted to say, too, it's just an honor to be back with you. We had the privilege of doing SAM games last year. I had the opportunity to come here to Huntsville about 2 or 3 months ago, and now residing here, I felt that it was very important if I was going to be involved that I needed to be living here in this community, Brian. And I just wanted to say thank you to you and many others, such as Ken Holland, Ray Hernandez over at the Chamber. A lot of folks really help you feel welcome here in this community.
Well, you know what, Rob, as we get ready to start the second half, what's very impressive, you came in, you jumped into this community with both feet. You're part of the Rotary Club. You do all kinds of meetings. You've been out there introducing yourself to businesses and people alike, and that's the way you do it. You've done a great job. It's been fun calling ball games with you. It's unfortunate we didn't call SAM games this fall, but it looks like we'll get to call those in the spring. But just what a first half here by the Huntsville Hornets tonight. What a good night for football.
Friends, wanted to remind you, for those of you out there tonight listening on YouTube, if you're listening on the radio on 101.7 KSAM, some of you left early, you're driving back to Huntsville tonight. I want to tell you, feel free, don't text and drive, but send us a text message. Let us know who you got a shout out for tonight. We make this broadcast interactive. You're a part of this community. We want you to be a part of this broadcast. You can text message us 512-522-9105. Again, that text message number. If you got a shout out, maybe you've got a student, maybe you've got a family member down there, it's 512-522-9105. We'd love to hear from you tonight, wouldn't we, Brian?
Absolutely. We'd love to hear from you. Please, you know, the cool thing about being up here in Willis is, again, the fans are right down below us. They'll turn and wave to us, come up and shake our hands, say hello. If you have anything you want to say, mention, whatever, shoot us a text. You know, any kind of interactive things, we'd love to have it.
Great crowd here tonight. Every other row is X marks the spot, socially distanced. It is a packed house here tonight in Willis, Texas, for what it can be. And a shout-out, Brian. Look, I know I've talked a lot. I want to say thank you to Coach Wall and the staff here at Willis. Coach Wall was actually back at Georgetown, where I'm from, and he was there in 2012 when the Eagles went to the state championship. Now, they lost that matchup, but Coach Wall was there. He's been very accommodating, him and his staff, and I wanted to say thank you to the Willis Wildkats. We sincerely appreciate them.
No question about it. And anywhere we go, when we travel to an out-of-town ball game, the opponents, you know, they have been super nice and cool to us, and we're glad for that.
Here we go. We're underway in the city of Huntsville, third quarter. This one well out of the reach of the returnman who is standing back in his own end zone, Jadarius Brown. 12 minutes straight up on the clock as we get started here in the second half of play. We are live in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth, and that was your Climatex Secure Storage kickoff to start things here.
Rob, I've got to tell you, the other night, one of our sponsors, Ironworks Gym, I'm a member, and I was working out in the evening, and I ran into the Bobino brothers. You talking about the nicest guys you ever want to meet, unless you happen to be an O-lineman right across from them. Those guys are super cool, down to earth, very just fun guys to visit with. They were so excited about this game tonight, and they are playing like it.
Looks like Bardwell back in at quarterback, 1st and 10 from his own 25, and we'll see if there's an answer. And on the first play, there's really not much of an answer, as that Hornet defense continuing their domination as Bardwell goes down there. They'll call it a carry. I don't believe it's a sack. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Well, that was Sebastian Patterson on that stop right there for Huntsville, and, boy, he has done a good job so far in the first half and starting out well here in the second half.
2nd down and 10, no gain from the 25. Bardwell over to the right side, somehow airs this one to Jamarius Wells, and he's got the ball just outside the 30-yard line near that right hash mark. A good pickup on second, brings up 3rd down and manageable for the Wildcats of Willis.
One of the things that's important, when you come out in the third quarter, you've had about 20 minutes to sit and cool down and kind of relax a little bit. That's the one thing you can't do against a good ball club. You can't come out and relax because they can get back in on you quick.
3rd and 2 from his own 33. Is Bardwell in the gun. Delayed handoff. He'll keep it. He faked the handoff back there, I believe, to Corey Ford. Bardwell kept it on the right side, and the Hornets read it. They said, it ain't going to happen, baby, and it brings up 4th down and 1. Only a 1-yard gain on the play.
Well, this is a huge decision for Willis. Do you go for it on 4th down? They have really nothing to lose. They are going for it, and they do need to pick it up, or this is just going to keep on rolling for Huntsville.
4th down and 1 from their own 34 on the right hash. Bardwell in the gun. He'll keep it. Bardwell's got the 1st down as he leaps over a Hornet defender to the right side, close to the 40, maybe around the 39. Take a look at it on a replay here. And we saw it there just on that replay. I don't believe that was Bardwell. There's a different player out there, Lagway. Appreciate that. And back in action here. 1st down and 10 after that pickup. That was a huge 1st down pickup, by the way, for Willis. Bardwell's in the gun. Trips to the left. Slow developing play. Up too high again and incomplete to Jacoby McCoy around his own 40. That, again, boy, I'm telling you, the ladder is way up too high tonight. They got to bring that thing back down.
Well, the reason that ladder's up so high for Willis is the pressure that the Hornet defensive line is putting on him. And that's something that, last year against Huntsville, he wasn't throwing the ball real high like that. Tonight he is because of the pressure he's getting from that defense.
Again, this season presented by First Financial Bank. Replays by our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete. Over center somehow. That is caught right into the fingertips of Jadarius Brown, and that's enough for another 1st down, moving the chains.
Well, your hat's off to Jadarius Brown right there for Willis. That was a great pick. I mean, he had Hornets all over him, just kind of a throw over the middle. Big play there for Willis.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that one here on the replay. I mean, it was right through the fingertips, and somehow he was able to snag that one in. You kind of wonder, of course, these kids don't have it, but you got Velcro fingers to catch that one. First down and 10 from their own 49. Willis moving from right to left in between the hash marks. It's Bardwell in the gun. Offsides here by the Hornets. This is a free play. Over the left side, up, it's caught, and they may wave that one off and say, we'll decline it, and we'll take the ball at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's what they were probably going to do. That was a great pick, a great catch there by the Willis Wildcats. They did have a free play, and they are going to wave off the penalty and take the play.
Yeah, I believe jumping the gun there. You saw it on the replay, and jumping the gun there, I believe that was Sebastian Patterson, so maybe one of the only mistakes that he's made tonight. That was a free play. The catch was made, and it was a beautiful pass over to Jamarius Wells for the first down inside the 20 now on the Hornet 19. 41-6, 9:22 remaining here in the city of Huntsville, third quarter. Bardwell over to the left, now angles his way at 90 degrees. Back across, slides down just in front of the 10-yard line. They'll probably have him down at the 11. And this is a great possession coming out of the gates here for the Wildcats. It started out on their own 25-yard line.
Well, it is, and it keeps A.J. Wilson on the sidelines as they move the ball down the field, and that's certainly what you want to do is keep him sidelined. But somehow Willis has to put points on the board.
Brings up second down and 3. They can get a first down at the 10. Bardwell from the Hornet 13 in the gun, high snap, handoff over to Haba, and Haba not much on it there as he was brought down, and you can see some of the Hornets coming up there and swinging a fist and just happy with his play tonight is, I believe that's Zaki Fadein, if I'm not mistaken. Hard to see some of these numbers up here from this angle. Third down and 6, so a 3-yard banter backwards on this one for the Wildcats.
Well, this is where the Huntsville defense really tightens up and gave Willis fits in the first half here in the red zone. Let's see what they're going to do here in the second half.
Now Bardwell in the gun. He's got Haba offset to his right. Look for a block there on that left by Corey Ford. Stepping back, no, we'll go to the right. This one incomplete right off the front of the numbers of Jadarius Brown at the 10-yard line. Brings up another critical fourth down. Brian, earlier in this drive, they converted a 4th and 1. Can they do it here deep in their own red zone?
Well, that's very uncharacteristic of Brown. That is several drop passes that have been right in his hands tonight that he has dropped, and that's certainly bodes well for the Hornets. Big play here coming up for Willis.
It looks like they're going to go for 3 here. It'll be a 33-yard attempt. As it stands at the 22 is where it's fielded. You add 10 to that. A 33-yard field goal attempt here for Christian Pavone. It's the first field goal attempt we've seen tonight. The hold is down. The kick on its way. It looked low, but that one went right through. So a 31-yard field goal is good for Pavone on a drive that started out on their own 25-yard line, capped off by that 31-yard field goal. 7:56 to go. City of Huntsville, Main Street. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
We made it! We made it to Labor Day, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, we're going to celebrate Labor Day all month long with huge savings on a great selection of Chevys. We have the new Tahoe and Suburban in stock. If you're looking for a truck, we have plenty of half-tons, 3/4 tons, and 1-tons. We also have huge savings on a complete lineup of midsize SUVs like the Trax, Equinox, Traverse. But you have to hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville to see just how big these Labor Day savings truly are, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Hey, this is Tracy Chappell, City of Huntsville Street Manager. I want to encourage you to invest in our community, Huntsville First. Whether you visit an antique shop downtown or stop by your favorite food truck, you may our economy. Become a tourist in your own backyard. Get out and enjoy the great outdoors at Huntsville State Park or the Sam Houston National Forest. Visit one of our historic museums and enjoy the art and culture available right here in Huntsville. Remember, shop, eat, play. Huntsville First.
All right, back in action here. 7:53 to go. The City of Huntsville third quarter. Looked like an onside kick attempt here by the Wildcats. A flag was thrown, though, Brian. We'll go back and look at this on a replay. Josh was there. I'm not sure if Josh happened to see anything on the sideline. Josh, what did you happen to see down there?
Looks like he might have recovered it a little bit too early before a Huntsville player touched the ball. So I think it looks like Huntsville's going to get this one back. I think they might have recovered it anyway.
Yeah, we're looking at it up here on the replay. Of course, on the radio you can't see it. We've got it on the video. and it was kind of bouncing around there. And
yeah, judging by where the flag's sitting right at about the 40-yard line makes me feel like this one's going to be on the kicking team.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. And so Huntsville, again, should have great field position here. They're trying to sort through this one.
Well, Huntsville's had great position, field position all night long. Well, at least in the first half, and it looks like it's going to go against, it's false start against Willis.
Yeah, an illegal formation is the official call, and that one didn't roll. So we'll see. Are they going to they're going to re-kick this one?
Well, they're pushing them back. Yep.
Yeah, they'll let them re-kick it, and I don't know in that situation. Can you take it up that close? Do you almost want to take that, or? In this position, they're going to redo it here. So
if you're the receiving team, you'd want to take it there.
Set them back 5 more, and they'll re-kick this one away.
Well, Willis needs to do something. I mean, they're trying some trick stuff, and I get it. I mean, it's 41-9, and you're in the third quarter, and you try to get the ball back just to try to get some momentum going your way. But nothing's really, that was a good drive they had a while ago. Ended with a field goal, but they need more than 3 points at a time.
Coach Wall was telling us, he said the press box here is pretty tight. And I said, Coach, we can sit outside with our fans. And as I look across at this beautiful Wildcat Stadium here, known as Yates Stadium, every press box is full. There's coaches in there. They are spread out. So I'm glad that we chose to be out here tonight regardless.
Oh, no question about it. And I'm glad to see all the fans here. Everybody's sitting in the designated spots there for social distancing, but there are a ton of people, and this game was sold out tonight.
Kickoff back under the way, takes a bounce, received by Jordan Woodbury. Woodbury trying to go around. Another flag thrown here. Woodbury breaks through one across the 40. And actually down across the 35. There is a flag, though, back around the 50. If you see a flag back there, a lot of times it may be on the kicking team.
Well, Woodbury is, let me tell you, folks, Woodbury is fast. This kid is talented, and he has had a great first half, starting off with a good third quarter. He is lights out fast.
Josh was down there on the sidelines, and, when we're up here at Willis, the internet is kind of flaky. And I'm going to have to try to reconnect here, Brian, just for a few moments.
Well, that last incomplete pass there by A.J. Wilson, he had his running back wide open in the flats. And when he's that wide open as a quarterback, you need to kind of gather yourself because you can typically make a bad pass if you don't. And in that case, A.J. Wilson did. He just needs to kind of slow down, regroup, and everything will work out good for him.
I think we're back up here as we had a quick internet outage. It's the way it goes here sometimes, and I believe a timeout's going to be called here by the Hornets. That'll be their first one, and we'll take just a quick break. Stay with us here just for a second, and we'll keep it right here. We'll go over some of our sponsors here, Brian.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Northside Baptist Church, growing people in Christ to reach others in Christ. AB Squared Self-Storage Facility, your local go-to self-storage facility. And On the Move, physical therapy and wellness, helping active adults achieve physical freedom to enjoy life and retirement to its fullest without settling for less. And Hartfield Florist, personalizing your events since 1957. And Moak & Moak Attorneys at Law for your estate planning, real estate, or business law needs. Call Moak & Moak Attorneys at Law, serving Huntsville since 1971.
Appreciate everybody. Thank you for all of your support. 2nd down and 10 for the Hornets here. Drive that started out on their own 27-yard line, the 9th possession of the night. And they'll try to move it here from left to right. Hand off over in the back to McLean. McLean, a nice sweep as he angled his way just outside the 35 to around the 37. And he is close. We'll see if they give him the Moak & Moak Attorney at Law first down, and they do, Brian. First down for the Hornets.
Well, let's talk about McLean for a minute. He is starting running back for Huntsville, and he has had a whale of a game so far this evening. And all aspects of the Hornet offense are clicking. I mean, they got great wideouts, a great QB. The O-line is doing their job, and they are fun to watch.
Wilson gets the snap back over to the left side. This time he's chased around. Can he spin out of it? Trying to break through 2 defenders, and no, he can't. Good defense there by the Wildcats. They've about had enough of that, and good job there. Coming up and making the stop was David Soriano, the 6-foot, 180-pound junior defensive lineman. 2nd down and a long 11. They're going to give him a loss of 1 on that, Brian.
Yeah, there was really nowhere to go. The defense for Willis, they did a good job crashing down on the end down there, and there was just nowhere, anywhere for A.J. Wilson to run.
2nd down and 11. Wilson in the gun, trips to the right, one receiver to the left from his own 37, moving from left to right. 6:40 to go here in the city of Huntsville. 3rd. Wilson's going to keep it again tonight, and Runtime runs out of bounds as he was chased out of bounds there on the right side. Coming in and making the stop was there for the Willis Wildkats. I believe that was Montana Parker.
Well, again, that's a heads-up play by the junior quarterback, Wilson. Rolled to his right. He was looking downfield, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have your eyes downfield. His wideout was not open. Instead of making a bad pass, he just took the ball, went out of bounds, didn't take any hits, and that's another thing I like about this kid.
3rd down and a long 9 here for your Hornets from their own 39. Wilson will step back. Nobody behind him. Pass over way too high. Oh, man, he had a good look there to Jamarcus Howard, the senior tight end, and he just couldn't find it right through his fingertips. We'll look at it on the Walker County Federal Credit Union replay. That's a tough break there as they had a good opportunity. Just that may be one of the only passing mistakes that we've seen tonight from A.J. Wilson.
Well, Howard's a big target. He was running down the seam, and, yeah, that ball was just a little bit high, as you'll see on the replay here.
If you're watching, if you're on radio, it just went right out of his fingertips.
Yep, it's unfortunate. It's a little high ball.
So the Hornets will punt it away here for only the 3rd time tonight. It is Christian Avalar from the 25. Almost ran into his own player. His own player almost ran into him. Fair catch signaled for at the 29. And that is the fair catch made by Jadarius Brown. We'll step aside and take a break. 6:21 to go here in the city of Huntsville, 3rd quarter. 41-9. Your Hornets in command. We'll be right back. This is the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Tracy Chappell, manager. I want to encourage you to invest in our community, Huntsville First. Whether you visit an antique shop downtown or stop by your favorite food truck, every purchase you make here in Huntsville boosts our economy. Become a tourist in your own backyard. Get out and enjoy the great outdoors at Huntsville State Park or the Sam Houston Forest. Visit one of our historic museums and enjoy the art and culture available right here in Huntsville. Remember, shop, play, Huntsville First.
Back 3rd quarter, sponsored by the city of Huntsville. 6:17 to go, and that first play right out of the gate for the Willis Wildkats was an incomplete pass over to the right side. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 just like that. And the defense of the Hornets still trying to hold them down here. Commanding lead, Brian, as they've been in control all game here so far this evening.
Yeah, the Hornet defense disrupted that first play there by Bardwell. He tried to throw a hitch route, and the wideout was covered up, nowhere to go with it.
Bardwell stepping back. He's being chased down from behind. Slam down, baby, to the field. Oh, mama, what a sack on the play by Quoterian Riles, saying, get it out of here.
Wow.
Oh, mama, what a play by Riles, and that is a Hartfield Florist sack.
Well, that's that's one of those blind sides you never see coming. And, it's unfortunate, but, what a great play there by the Hornet defender.
That's one of those blind sides. After you get hit like that, it may make you blind for a little bit. You can see it up there on the replay, possibly. Yeah, he got slammed down. And that's just how it goes tonight. The defense continuing. That'll set them back, Brian, 9 yards. 3rd down and 19 now for your Hornets. 5:36 to go in the city of Huntsville. 3rd quarter from the 19-yard line right to left. And here again, the defense said, you're not going to get through me tonight. Getting a pat on the back is Ed Bobino, the senior defensive lineman, coming up.
Ed Bobino, we've talked about him all night long, and he is just a force to be reckoned with. They can't stop him. They've got 2 men on him. He runs right through them, Rob.
Well, when you get set back that much, now 4th down and 26, you're backed up all the way to your 12-yard line. You're going to have to punt this one away no matter where you're at. And so it is 4th and 26. 5:04 to go. Now, keep in mind, Huntsville hasn't scored yet here in the second half. They put up 41 points in the first half. They have yet to score here so far as we're nearing 8 minutes gone here in the 3rd. So standing around his own goal line down there for the Wildcats. And again, those numbers from this far kind of bleeding together down there. It's their punter, and that one up on its way by Christian Pavone. Selling high, beautiful punt. My goodness, Brian, this punt is going to roll. I would call it a good.
Wow.
Boy, that's about a 60-yarder there for Pavone.
Well, the Hornet receivers were lined up on midfield, and that ball went all the way back to the Hornet 26-yard line. What a punt.
We'll keep it right here, Brian. A lot of folks helping to make this season possible, including our presenting sponsor, our good friends at First Financial Bank. You first.
Well, we want to thank MRC Creekside, a healthy living senior community, Murray Insurance and Financial Services, an agency you can trust. Climatech Secure Storage, the ideal place to keep your belongings safe and secure. And our good friends over at Copeland Family Dentistry, wonderfully made.
Appreciate Ty Copeland this year for his support. A lot of new faces out there. We couldn't do it without the support of the wonderful Hornets and maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was linebacker Andy Parker for Willis on the stop there. Plugged the hole, nowhere to go.
They'll call it a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11 here for your Hornets. 3:58 to go in this City of Huntsville third quarter, 41-9 from their own 37. Wilson to McLean, and McLean stopped immediately. Boy, hit a brick wall on that one, and a little slow to get up after getting popped down there on the field. The big 5'2" for the Willis Wildkats, that's Elijah Hubbard. 5'9", 235. That is short and sweet. You don't want to run into that young man.
Yeah, he is brick house.
A little bit of a stumble here for McLean as he's coming off the field. We'll actually step aside for an injury timeout. 41-9 your score here in the City of Huntsville third quarter. 3:30 to go. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
We made it to Labor Day, and here at Wiesner in Huntsville, we're going to celebrate Labor Day all month long with huge savings on a great selection of Buick and GMC. We have Yukon XL in stock. If you're looking for a truck, we've got half tons, 3/4 tons, and plenty of 1 tons. We even have huge savings on a complete lineup of SUVs like the Encore GX, Envision, and Enclave. But you have to hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville and see just how big these Labor Day savings truly are. Or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. GMC is great.
.325 to go here in the City of Huntsville third quarter. Thanks for joining us on the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network live from the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. I'm Rob Hipp. With my good friend Brian Adams. 41-9 your score. And the Hornets have it 3rd and 11 on their own 37. Wilson in the gun, stands on the right hash. He'll send Butcher in motion to the right side. The pass over just out of the reach again to Woodbury, and A.J. now starting to lose some of that rhythm that he's had early on. He's missed a few passes that should have been caught.
Boy, he had a wide-open Woodbury across midfield. Boy, if he'd have caught that ball, he'd have been off to the races. But you're right, A.J. Wilson just a little off target this second half.
Josh Criswell's been down on the sidelines with us tonight. Josh, we were talking about A.J. is starting to miss some passes here, maybe a little bit of pressure. You know, even though you're up, he's still got a lot out there as a young man starting as a junior.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a couple of really solid drives early, but I think, you know, the one thing we've noticed, it's been the same issue for him on each of these past few possessions, and that's it seems like he's overthrowing his guys by about a half a step. So hopefully he'll be able to reel that in. You know, got a couple Jalen McLean on the sideline, so it looks like they might be leaning on him to move the chains with his arm coming down the road.
You got it, Josh. Thanks for being down there tonight. Appreciate you and all the fine work. And Josh, hey, by the way, if people want to find you on Twitter, you keep up to date with these Hornets. You do a lot of great work. How can they find you, Josh?
Absolutely. They can find me on item_Criswell, and they can read any of my work at itemonline.com/sports.
Awesome. Appreciate all you do, Josh. Your dedication to this community is unparalleled. We appreciate you, my friend. And I got to talk real quick, you know, to butter Josh up a little bit more. When I came here last year, Josh was one of the first guys that I met in media, and he was a tremendous help. And again, stepping up and helping here this season, just a great guy, Brian.
Oh, absolutely. I've known Josh the last year or two. What a great guy, very intelligent, great sports writer, sports director. Glad he's with us.
Wildcats will start here from their own 23 on 1st and 10, and the Hornets swarm able to stop them back there. And not much on it, as that's actually going to go back for a loss here, nowhere to run. And this defense tonight, Brian, we just keep talking about them. There it looks like a 3 or 4 yard loss. They're going to call it 4 yards, 2nd and 14 coming up here for the Cats.
Well, we're not the only ones talking about them. I mean, everybody's talking about them. This Hornet defense is just sick. People all across Texas are aware of this Hornet defense. Well, neither team this second half has done a lot of offense. It has been all defense so far here in this third quarter.
1st down and 10 for the Cats. This one just out of the reach, and it's incomplete.
Well, you know, Bardwell, he's a second-year starter, and he is a great athlete and a good quarterback. It's just tonight, for some reason, he's not found his rhythm. And credit that Hornet defense for knocking him off stride, because he has had a difficult night so far through these first 3 quarters.
Apologize for the technical difficulties here in Willis. The internet signal not too strong, and we lost you again there for just a few moments. It is 2nd down and 10 here for the Cats. They've got the ball on their own 34-yard line. 1:07 to go here in the third, trailing 41-9. This pass up high, and boy, that may have been broken up at the last minute and incomplete, Brian.
Well, we got a flag down. It's going to be a horse collar against Huntsville on Bardwell. So that's going to be an automatic first down.
That's a tough one, too, because your quarterback was way back there out of the way. Yeah, oh, man, that's a big one. We saw it there on the replay. I mean, just pulled him down. And the horse collar is against Huntsville on Bardwell. And that'll result in an automatic first down, and it'll bring the ball all the way up to the 49-yard line.
Well, that's one of the things they're trying to do with football is to make it a little bit safer because it is a collision sport, no question about it. And those horse collars, if there's one that takes place, you're going to have a flag thrown every time.
55 seconds remaining here in the city of Huntsville, third quarter, 41-9. Wildcats trailing 1st and 10 from their own 49. Bardwell handoff goes right back to his big man McHenry, and McHenry this time, there's nowhere for him to go as he is stopped right near his original line of scrimmage. Boy, it took about 4 Hornets to get in there, but I'm going to tell you what, Brian, when you've got Ed Bobino down there, you don't have much to worry about. That is 2 tractor trailers and a head-on collision, baby.
99. He is something else, and he has got a lot of colleges looking at him.
99. 24 seconds and ticking here in the third quarter, 41-9. Wildcats trailing from the 50, 2nd and 9. As Bardwell airs this one out over, and it is intercepted again tonight at the 10-yard line. That one right into the hands of Ethan Miner. That's his second pick of the night.
Ethan Miner, boy, he has been all over the backfield there for the Huntsville Hornets, and boy, he pulls one home right there. Big play.
On the video feed, you can see it. If you're listening on radio, this one was aired out to the 10, and Miner had to fall forward and pick off that ball, his second interception of the night. Excited to see this young man continuing all his work here this early season.
Well, let's see who comes out starting quarterback for Huntsville. You got 11 seconds left in the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised.
It's AJ.
It is. They're bringing AJ back out for the third quarter.
AJ is back out there, starting off here. First down and 10 for the Hornets from their own 10-yard line. They'll move it from left to right. AJ in the gun, standing on his 5. 2 receivers to the right, 1 lone Hornet all the way up to the left. 2 counts. Wilson fakes the handoff. Nope, he does hand off. Over into the hands of his receiver, Butcher, and Butcher has daylight across the 25 near the 30. That's enough for a Moke and Moke attorney at law. First down.
Oh, my goodness. Hornet down. I believe it's Butcher.
Hate to see that. We've seen a lot of ankles getting rolled here tonight. And with 2.3 seconds remaining in the city of Huntsville, third quarter, we'll step aside for an injury timeout. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hi, folks. This is Jack at Adams Furniture. Listen, you come into the store right now. I know furniture is hard to find. We've got some of this stuff in stock, immediate delivery. A lot of people don't realize we are one of the largest stores in Huntsville. We've got more beds, more selections. As far as price goes, we've got great beds at low prices. You won't be disappointed. That's Adams Furniture, 75 North and 10th Street, or shop online at shopadams.com.
Hi, friends. Welcome back. Clock running. Luckily there for the Hornets. Young man was able to walk off under his own pressure. And Brian, just as quickly as we come back after that injury timeout, that is the end of the city of Huntsville third quarter. That'll take us to the fourth quarter coming up. Fourth quarter this season brought to you by Daiquiri Beebe Abbey Realty. We'll step aside for just a moment. When we come back, the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network continues coverage of your Hornets.
First Financial Bank, how important a person's vehicle can be.
My is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit ashisd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
Welcome back here. We are underway in the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty fourth quarter now. We'll get the scoreboard updated here in just a second. It is second down here for the Huntsville Hornets and 7. And we're just getting things rocking and rolling here. Got to get as the season goes on, we'll get a scoreboard operator up here to help too, Brian. Second and 7 here. Wilson, low snap, hands off. This one goes to his running back, McLean, and McLean finds some daylight. And that's enough for a Moke and Moke Attorneys at Law first down to near the 40-yard line.
Well, McLean ran it off center guard gap, and there was a big hole. Good job O-line there for the Huntsville Hornets. McLean picks up the first down.
The ball resting on the 39-yard line here in the fourth quarter. Again, thanks for joining us.
Well, I'm curious to see how much longer Coach Southern's going to keep A.J. Wilson in the game. Probably after this series, he's going to come out.
Pass airs this one over to the right side and just out of the reach of his receiver. It was a good follow. Almost able to pull that one down, but just out of the fingertip reach of his intended receiver down there. I believe that was Trey Taylor, incomplete near the 30.
Well, you know what? That was that's how that play is designed. If you're going to loft one up like that, you know what? That was a man live. That just shows you your arm of A.J. Wilson. He rolled out to the right, and Trey Taylor was going across on a deep out route. And he threw an absolute rope, and it was just off the fingertips of the Hornet wide receiver.
Bring up fourth down and 11, and the Hornets will punt this one away. Been in control most of this game. Again, Abbey Realty, Daiquiri BB, our fourth quarter sponsor. Appreciate her and all she does this season. Standing on around the 25-yard line. That would have been offsides. That's a free play. Boy, the Hornets should have picked that up. Well, hey, I don't know there. They should have picked that up, though. Brian, it was a free play because they're stepping off sides, but they'll punt this one away, and it's fielded around the 30. We'll see if they do this over again, Brian. Before we do that, though, we got some more sponsors. A lot of folks helping to make this happen, my friend.
Yeah, we want to thank the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club, Feel the Sting, and Hit Solutions. We bring you home. City of Huntsville, Huntsville First, Daiquiri BB, Abbey Realty, Huntsville Real Estate Expert, and Fat Boys Pizza. Hand-tossed dough made fresh daily, pizza, wings, and more. And Adams Furniture. We beat big city prices. And, of course, our friends over at Bill Fick Ford. No bull, just good deals.
Appreciate everybody. Thanks for helping us out tonight as we are back in action here. And Willis will take over here after the punt. They'll have it first down and 10. And pretty fair field position here, trailing 41-9, 10:08 to go in the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty fourth quarter. Again, thanks for joining us, friends. We're live in Willis, Texas tonight. Excited about this one. And, Brian, I'll be honest, I'm already looking forward to next week, my friend.
Oh, I am too. I'm just so excited. We finally have football here. And what a great game for the Hornets so far tonight. And I'm with you, Rob. I look forward to next week too.
Looks like same quarterback out there as has been all night, Bardwell. Bardwell standing on his 15 and shotgun will hand off over to looks like that went over to Wells. And Wells had some nice moves there as he kind of shook his way back forward in between the hash marks there to the 45-yard line and picked up the first down.
Well, that was a big play there by Zachy Fidien there for Huntsville. He was able to get his hands on him and trip him up. If he wouldn't have done that, he'd have been gone.
Bardwell in the gun behind the 40. His team trailing 41-9 with 9:41 to go here in the game. Again in the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty fourth quarter. In motion is Jamarius Wells. And the handoff was to Wells, who was in motion. And, boy, he had to power his way forward near the 50-yard line, Brian. And it's a nice little pickup there for the Wildcats. Brings up second down, and we'll call it 4, give him 6 yards.
Well, tonight has been a really good, Huntsville's had a lot of penalties, so they need to kind of work on that. But it's been mostly injury-free, and that's a good sign.
Second and 4 from the 50. Bardwell pump fakes once, rolls back over to the right. And that one incomplete, and the reason it was incomplete is because right in his face was Jarvis Houston, the junior linebacker, saying, "You're not going to get anywhere close to me with that pass." Look at that on the replay. Brought to you by Walker County Federal Credit Union Instant Replay. I mean, he had just right there in front of him, Brian. And this defense tonight has been reading passes despite a few. But other than that, just a great job reading passes and really doing a great job tonight. You're not going to catch the ball when you got that kind of pressure and a young man coming at you. 3rd and 4. This one is caught, though, and it is a first down over to the right side by Tallis Harrison, the junior.
Well, what a great catch there by Harrison. I mean, what great concentration. I mean, he had a Hornet all over him. He kind of bobbled the ball, was able to secure it, and picks up a Willis first down.
1st and 10 from the Hornet 42, 8:50 to go here in the Daiquiri BB fourth quarter. Abby Realty, appreciate you. 1st and 10 again from the Hornet 42. Bardwell has plenty of protection. This time, I don't think that McHenry expected it, and it just fell right out of his hand. Incomplete, 2nd down.
Well, we got a late flag, personal foul, roughing the passer, and I believe that penalty, Rob, is going to be on Quaterian Riles for hitting the quarterback late.
Hey, wanted to talk about Daiquiri BB. Abby Realty bringing home a Hornets win tonight with Abby Realty and Daiquiri BB. Another featured listing here tonight. Talking about 124 Magnolia Way in Forest Hills. Over 2,000 square feet on a corner lot. Only $199,900. That's Abby Realty. Daiquiri BB bring home the Hornets win here in the fourth quarter.
Well, the Hornets are well on their way. That was a big personal foul, though, against the Hornets on the previous play, and an incomplete pass there by the Willis Wildkats on their first down.
There's a lot of pressure there in the face on Bardwell. His intended receiver down there was Tallis Harrison, and not much on it. Incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10 here from the Hornet 27. You know, the last time they got down this far, it was after that punt that the Hornets mishandled, turned it over, and Willis threw it, an interception down there in the end zone, Brian.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I've also noticed tonight, Rob, is the Hornets special teams on punts. The deep snapper needs to fire back a tighter spiral to give Avalar more time to punt the football, or they're going to have lots of blocks this year.
2nd and 10 from the Hornet 27. Bardwell over center, has his man, and close. Did he get in for the touchdown? He may have been stopped a yard short. Boy, he threw a strike right there to Jamarius Wells. And he was only about a yard away from striking that one in for a touchdown.
Well, what a great catch there by Wells, and great concentration. Ran a little quick post route, and he had Hornets all over him and was able to bring it in. They got the ball on the 1, going in.
1st down and goal here for the Wildcats, and it is the tractor-trailer McHenry, and he is in.
And another flag down.
And a flag is back there, though, but he's in for the 1-yard scramble. We'll see what that flag is.
Well, that ball's coming back. That's a false start. It looks to me like the first signal from the referee there.
Bambino, we heard, was down there with the pressure.
Yeah, when you got big 99 coming at you, you're going to do everything you can to keep him from creating havoc.
Well, that's what he does. And we'll call it 1st and goal now from the 11. Bardwell pump fakes once, right side, nowhere near him, incomplete. The intended receiver was Tallis Harrison. He had 2 Hornet defenders, and now another flag here, Brian.
Yeah, this is, I think, this point in the game, Rob, there's some temper starting to flare a little bit, and we're seeing a lot more flags.
Boy, it seems like play after play after play. There's more laundry down there tonight. Not sure what this one is.
Well, they're walking it back like it's against Willis.
Well, again, Willis gets down here, Brian, and they're hurting themselves. They had an opportunity earlier in this game, and that could have been a pivotal moment on that interception by Huntsville. And now here again, driving down inside the red zone and committing costly penalties, moving them farther and back. Brian, it was a 1st and goal from the 1, and now we're talking about 1st and goal, and this one may be all the way back to the 25 now.
Yeah, and that's that's unfortunate. Well, where is he going to put this ball down?
We'll see where they mark it at.
Yeah, you're right. They're walking it way back. So
Yeah,
you're right, Rob. 1st and 1 on the 1 going in. Now it's 1st and 25. I mean, these silly penalties right here will just drive a coaching staff nuts. And these kids tomorrow, when they're watching this on film, they're going to get talked to about.
Stepping back, pressure there, and it's dropped off, and the pressure causes it to be incomplete near Johnny McHenry. The pressure brought there by the Hornets. And coming up, making that initial hands up was Sebastian Patterson. We've talked about him quite a bit here tonight. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal all the way back near the 30.
Well, Quaterian Riles, he's coming crashing in over there from that strong safety spot. And, man, Rob, he is so fast, and he gets in that quarterback's face so quick, and just bad things happen when you rush that quarterback like that.
Yeah, Brian, all the way back to the 26. 3rd down and goal from the 26 now. As Bardwell in the gun. Passes over. This one dropped. Had it right into the hands of Jamarius Wells on the run. Would have had it at the 5, and again he drops it. And now 4th down and goal from the 26 for the Willis Wildcats. 7:55 remaining here in the Abbey Realty Daiquiri Beebe 4th quarter.
Well, Brian Bridges was about to just lay him out, and I think he heard those footsteps, and that's why that ball was incomplete. And now it looks like Willis is going to go for a long field goal here.
Yeah, we'll call this one a 42-yard field goal attempt. They made one earlier from about 31, so this one 10 more than that.
Looks like, Rob, the initial indication is against the Hornets.
Yeah, we'll see here. The 41-yard field goal was good, but there was a flag down. As you were saying, the initial indication may have been against the Hornets. We're still waiting to get any type of formal clarification from up here. Yeah, it's a personal foul against the Hornets, and that's going to make it 1st down. Coach not going to be happy about that one.
No, that's right, because that goes to discipline. And that's something Coach Southern stresses every practice, every time he gets a chance in meetings, is discipline. And that right there will drive you crazy, and that can cost you ball games when the game is tight.
Well, now it's 1st down and 10. And this drive just stays alive here. Willis getting bailed out. 1st down and 10 from their own 11. Bardwell in the gun, standing on around his own on the Hornet 15. Snap back, Bardwell looks back over the left, throws it over his shoulder, in, and it's caught by Corey Ford, but he's upended about 2 yards short of the end zone there on the left side.
Well, that was a great play there by Jared Ortega to keep him from getting in the end zone. He stopped him what looks like on the 2-yard line, and just took his feet out from under him. But, Willis knocking on the door again.
Well, 2nd down and 1. They can get a 1st down at the 1 here for the Wildcats. McHenry in the gun. And the handoff to McHenry, and he bounces his way in for the 1-yard touchdown run. So what ultimately was what would have been a 41-yard field goal after a personal foul by the Hornets results in a touchdown. A 1st down and a touchdown for the Wildcats, trailing 41-15 with 7:13 to go here in the just trying to look back over here. Sorry about that. In the Daiquiri Beebe Abbey Realty 4th quarter. They're going to go for 2 here. Direct snap back over to the big man again, McHenry, and he's in for the 2-point conversion, Brian. 41-17 your score. 7:12 to go here in the Daiquiri Beebe Abbey Realty 4th quarter. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, how are y'all? This is Daiquiri Beebe with Abbey Realty. Communication is key when it comes to a successful real estate transaction. Putting my clients first and helping them through the entire process is my passion. I know the neighborhoods in our community and those who live in them. I serve and volunteer with numerous organizations because I value Huntsville. You may have seen the I Heart Huntsville interviews or read my articles in the paper. I'm Daiquiri Beebe with Abbey Realty, and I'd be honored to be your next real estate professional. Sting 'em Hornets!
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
Paul's work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Bank. First. Member FDIC.
Here in the Daiquiri Beebe Abbey Realty 4th quarter, bringing home the win tonight, 41-17. Still got some time, though. And the Hornets going to have to hold it together. They just allowed the Wildcats to go down and score a drive. That drive started, by the way, all the way back there, and they were able to punch that one in, Brian. Here's an onside kick attempt. Takes a bounce, and it is fielded and down at the 45.
Well, I know for certain one thing Rodney Southern is not happy about is the play by the Hornets here in the second half. It is the tale of two halves. First half, they were electric. They were putting points on the board offensively and defensively. Here in the second half, they have not put any offensive points on the board. It's been all Willis.
Yeah, they've done a phenomenal job here tonight so far.
Well, Huntsville's got the ball on the 46-yard line. I believe we have a new quarterback out there for Huntsville, and we do. And Cam Cole is out there calling the signals for Huntsville now. 6 minutes, 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Your score is 41-17. Huntsville on top, and it has been quite an experience being up here tonight in front of the Willis Wildkats, all the fans here, Huntsville, that made the trip down I-45. We're glad you came. We're glad everybody's listening on the radio. And Huntsville is going to try to do everything they can to move the chains here. And Willis stops him for a loss on the play there. That was a run there by Huntsville. Jalen McClain up the middle, stopped short of the first down. Huntsville back on the ball. It looks to me like Cam Cole is getting the signals there from Rodney Southern. And it's third down and 10 to go. Hand off around the end. Huntsville's Jalen McClain going to come up short. It's going to be fourth down. And is Huntsville going to send out the kicking unit? I believe they are. Avalar's taking the field. Willis going to get another opportunity here to put some points on the board, and they've had really a pretty decent second half. The Huntsville offense, A.J. Wilson lit it up in the first half, kind of cooled down a little bit here in the second half, and Willis has kind of started showing some signs of life here in the second half. And you got Jadarian Brown back on his 17-yard line. And the kick was blocked and picked up by the Hornets. Holy cow, what a big play there. Jordan Woodbury, first down Huntsville. Wow, what a play. My goodness. If you blink, you missed that, and that was a big play there for the Hornets. The Hornets got it all the way down to Willis's 29-yard line. What a big play there. Willis's, all the defenders got their hands on their hips, kind of wondering what the heck just happened. Cam Cole coming back out for the Hornets here on this drive on their own 29-yard line. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the ball game. Cole hands off the ball. Up the middle. Jalen McClain picks up a few yards. Looks like it's going to be second down and about 5 yards for the first. And as you can hear, probably the Hornets singing over here. What a beautiful night for high school football. Friday Night Lights. Hands off to Jalen McClain around the right side. Picks up a block. What a good run there by McClain. He is inside the 10-yard line. And that is going to be another first down for the Huntsville Hornets. Inside the Hornets red zone, Murray Insurance and Financial Services. Red zone, first down, Hornets. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the ballgame. Cole back, takes the snap, hands the ball off to McClain. He is brought down at the line of scrimmage over on the Willis sideline. and the time is ticking away. I think one of the things that Coach Southern is going to talk to his players about is the fact that the electricity they had, all the good things they had going in the first half, here in the second half, kind of a different story. A lot of penalties, a little bit flat, let Willis kind of come back into the ball game, but with such a big lead, it was going to be very hard for them to do that. Nonetheless, Willis has done a pretty good job trying to climb back. Handoff up the middle, score, touchdown. Nope, they're going to call him a yard short. Boy, McLean up the middle. Cole to McLean up the middle. Got a good block there by his right guard. Hornets are on the 1 yard line going in. Cole looking over to the coach to get the play. Steps back in the shotgun. Whistles blow the play dead. And it looks like an initial indication of a false start there by the Hornets. So that's going to push them back 5 yards, so they'll have the ball on the 6 yard line. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the ball game. Your Hornets are up 41, Willis Wildkats 17. Hornets come back up to the line of scrimmage. Cole looks over the defense, about to call the play. Hands the ball off to McLean up the middle. I mean, he is steamrolling, trying to get in there. They couldn't bring him down. They're going to whistle the ball dead inside the 5 yard line. It looks like the referee's going to set it down on the 4 yard line. Hornets in the red zone. And then Murray Insurance and Financial Services. Appreciate all of our sponsors tonight. We really do. Couldn't do it without you. Appreciate the fans coming down 45 to watch the ball game, and you folks at home listening on the radio or watching it on YouTube. We appreciate that. Ball is snap, get a little bit cooler, your muscles tighten up a little bit, and you have a little bit more injury. So, all right, the kick is up, and it is good. The Huntsville Hornets are just in a commanding lead, 48-17. The Hornets are up. A minute and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Now we'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Huntsville. You may have seen the iHeart Huntsville interviews or read my articles in the paper. I'm Daiquiri Beebe with Abbey Realty, and I'd be honored to be your next real estate professional. Sting 'em, Hornets!
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
All right, friends, welcome back here. 1:26 to go in the Daiquiri Beebe Abbey Realty fourth quarter. Let's get to some more of our wonderful sponsors, Brian, helping us make this possible tonight.
Yeah, I want to thank Community Service Credit Union, now serving Walker, Madison, Trinity, and some parts of San Jacinto counties. Ironworks Health Club, make fitness a part of your life. Wiesner Huntsville, home of the bottom line. And Huntsville Independent School District, focus for our children's unlimited success.
All right, well, welcome back here. Huntsville scoring that touchdown earlier, 48-17 your score. Brian, that's the only score for the Hornets here in this second half after they put up 41 in the first half. Willis back with the ball here trying to drive down, and they're going to run a quick hurry-up offense the rest of the way here, trailing 48-17 with 1:12 to go here in this ball game. Starting this drive around their own 30, and another flag here, Brian. It's been the half of flags thrown around here in this second half.
Yeah, it has, and I promise you Coach Southern is not going to be real pleased with the second half effort by the Huntsville Hornets. What I've noticed, Rob, is the lack of intensity of the second half, and that's something he'll address tomorrow and certainly practice on next week. And but I know he's not pleased with the flags either.
Now one there will make it 1st down and 5. Got a new quarterback out there as well, by the way. That's Luke Alanis, the junior. And Alanis here, the handoff, and a nice run all the way into Hornet territory around the 35-yard line, and finally brought down. Once again, it's Johnny McHenry. He's been a force tonight. So 1st down and 10 in Hornet territory, 57 seconds to go here in the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty 4th quarter. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Been a fun one up here, Brian, and a good game to start the season here for your Huntsville Hornets.
Well, I promise you it is a good way to start the season is winning your first game, and I know Coach Southern there's lots of things to be proud of, course, a lot of things to work on, and that's what they're going to do all next week.
We'll try to hear from Coach Southern at the end of this one here in just a few moments. We'll also try to get an impact player of the game or two. 30 seconds remaining here as the Wildcats run it up. And they call a timeout here, the Wildcats do. We'll keep things right here. Brings up 2nd down and 5. Again, I want to remind folks on Monday, come on over to HEB to True Texas Barbecue at 6:30 for the all-new Hornet Nation Coaches Show, where we talk to head coach Rodney Southern, and we'll also interview players of the game from this game and more. It's a great way to interact with your Huntsville Hornets and to stay on top of what's going on with athletics. We'll talk to him, we'll interview, we'll talk to Booster, and more. It's going to be a fun one. We'll do the first one on Monday, and then the following week from there on out the rest of the season every Wednesday. Again, made possible by our friends at True Texas Barbecue, located inside HEB. That's going to be a fun venue and a fun setup, Brian.
Oh, man, that sounds like a lot of fun. Eat some good barbecue, talk to the coaches, ask questions, some of the players. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
See if you're watching the screen, hashtag BTS this year, it's Be the Standard. And that's the motto this year for the Hornets, as they really want to be that standard here in this community, and they've done a good job here so far tonight. Great group of young men, a lot to be proud of. Pass over here on a 2nd down and 5 to the left side, up in, and not much on it there for Josh Thomas.
Boy, Keyshawn Mayers coming in like a freight train there for the Hornets. Wow. Boy, he's I tell you, folks, the team speed for Huntsville is just unbelievable.
Quick hurry-up offense here with 12 seconds to go. We got some shout-outs, too. We'll talk about those in post-game. This may be the final play here unless it's incomplete with 5 seconds. And that's intercepted again by the Hornets tonight. And that is a 3rd interception on the night. That'll end the ball game. And what a fitting way to end that ball game. I think it was number 30, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff Johnson.
Ethan Miner.
No, it's Ethan Miner again. Is that his 3rd tonight?
He has been busy tonight.
Boy, Ethan Miner. We'll see if we have it fully on the replay there. And again, we'll try to have an interview with head coach Rodney Southern at the end of this one. Miner picks up the last one. And that is your final tonight. Boy, they turned the scoreboard off quick, Brian. Good thing we got the scoreboard in there as we close out the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty, bringing home the win tonight for the Hornets. That's your final 48-17. We'll step aside and take a break. When we return, we'll go into postgame. We got a lot to talk about as we'll break this one down. Coming up, it's the AB Squared Self-Storage Facility Hornets postgame wrap-up. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Fat Boys Pizza, chicken bacon ranch, buffalo chicken, barbecue chicken, margarita chicken. Oh man, it's so good. Loaded baked potato pizza? Yeah, Fat Boys Pizza. You've never tasted pizza this good? Get out of your comfort box and tease those taste buds. Fat Boys Pizza in Riverside. Try those delicious wings. Or how about the Fat Boys Delight dessert with butter, cinnamon, sugar, and cream? Check out Facebook.com/Fat Boys Pizza Trailer. Or make the short drive up 19 in Riverside. Fat Boys Pizza proudly supports the Hornets. Sting 'em!
Looking for no bull customer service, no bull selection, and no bull pricing? Then head to Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville, your no bull Super Duty and Super Crew headquarters. headquarters. Right now at Bill Fick Ford, there's a huge savings to be had on all in-stock 2019 Ford Rangers and Ford Transit vans. Hurry in today and see for yourself why so many people buy time after time at Bill Fick Ford. Or shop online at BillFickFord.com. Nationwide delivery is free. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South in Huntsville.
AB Squares Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they've got it all. AB Squares Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and get payment option. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com. AB Squares Self-Storage is a proud sponsor of Huntsville Hornet football. Sting 'em Hornets.
You're listening to the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. KSAM Huntsville is 101.7 KSAM. It's the Hornets postgame show brought to you by AB Squared Self-Storage. Let's head back to the stadium with Rob and Brian for the wrap-up of tonight's game on 101.7 KSAM.
All right, friends, here we go. It's the AB Squared Self-Storage postgame show. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. Your Hornets tonight defeating the Willis Wildkats on the road at Yates Stadium 48-17. A good win here tonight, a much-needed win to get things started in the first game. Brian, you always want to get that first one, especially after you don't play your original first scheduled game. And now tonight the Hornets taking care of business on the road, and they're doing what they had to tonight to get out of here with that victory.
Yeah, no question about it. What a great ball game. What a great way to start the season. And, Huntsville lit it up in the first half. Some very bright spots. A.J. Wilson is, as we said, he has got a cannon of an arm. He has got the wheels to go with it. His O-line, they were decimated last year by graduating seniors, and those kids stepped up and did a great job doing – blocking for A.J. Wilson. And let me tell you, man, that defense, we talk about them all year long. We talked about before the year. I mean, the Bobino brothers, they are sick. Those guys are unbelievable. And the speed, Quaterian Riles, those guys are just lighting it up. It is going to be a fun season.
It was a good one here tonight, taking care of business. We'll have a post-game interview hopefully here before too long with head coach Rodney Southern. We'll step aside. We'll take about a 30-second break. Don't go anywhere, folks. The AB Squared Self-Storage post-game show continues here on the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
AB Squares Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they've got it all. AB Squares Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment option. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com. AB Squares Self-Storage is a proud sponsor of Huntsville Hornet football. Sting 'em Hornets.
Your final tonight from Willis, Texas, here at Yates Stadium, 48-17. The Hornets taking care of business to get that opening win. It would have been an opening game last week. Of course, Nederland at Bowers. That didn't happen. Still had the public practice, but tonight, boy, these Hornets came out, Brian, acting like they hadn't missed a beat. They act like they've already played 2 or 3 games this season. We saw a lot of leadership out of these young offensive players tonight. That offensive line, my hat goes off to those guys tonight. You're talking about 2 sophomores on that O-line. Of course, you're led by the veteran leadership of Jose Cruz as a senior, but we're talking about Chris Smith, Trey Garrett, Ethan Casas, Lane Taylor, more of those guys making things happen down there for that offense tonight. And then the defense. They stepped up, and special teams. All-around rounded effort for the Hornets tonight.
Oh, no question about it. Coach Southern's got a lot of things that he's going to be happy with. And then the second half. There's going to be a lot of things in the second half he's not so happy with. And he is going to do a lot of coaching and a lot of film work and get these guys to understand you don't let up when you have an opponent down. You keep them going. And what I noticed a little bit in the second half was the Hornets were a little bit flat. It was a lot of Willis all second half. They kicked a couple field goals. They were moving the ball down the field. The Hornets were just a little bit off. But, boy, let me tell you, that first half, Hornets, they could not make a mistake. They were lighting it up all up and down the field.
You know, we got to pick a guy on the defense, and maybe we can try to talk to him. I'm not sure if Josh will be able to grab him, but talking to Ethan Miner, he had a heck of a game, 3 interceptions tonight, and if we have an opportunity to maybe try to talk with him, we definitely will. But tonight, they're taking care of business, and I'm telling you, man, the defense tonight, you talk about Ethan Miner and just what he did and those 3 picks down there, those are the kind of things that you do see. You win that turnover battle when you're +3. I don't know the math. I think it's like you've got an 80% chance of winning tonight. The Hornets were all over that.
Oh, no question about it. And you know, Miner, well, what a game he had. That a way to start out the season, you know, getting all those picks he got. Quartarian Riles playing the way he did. The Bobino brothers, you know, Ed Bobino, number 99, is just unbelievable. I mean, this kid is defensive line, and he's got colleges all over looking at him. He is big. He is strong. He is very fast. And I tell you, man, he is unreal.
Let's go down to the field. We've got Josh down there, Josh Criswell with Jordan Woodbury, the senior wide receiver. Josh, down to you.
All right, guys, so joined right now by Jordan Woodbury. Jordan, had last week canceled on y'all. Did y'all kind of have that angst and frustration, and y'all just take it out on the opponent tonight?
Yeah, we was kind of anxious, you know. It felt like we didn't get that good of a look, but we knew we was ready for Willis. You know, they're our rivals. We got a lot of tension between them. We knew we was gonna do good against them.
Is there a little bit more energy that goes into a game like this, where you're going against a team that, I mean, shoot, 25 minutes down I-45, and we're here tonight?
I mean, yeah, we had a lot of energy today. We had a lot of energy. You know, all the coaches, they hype us up this year. You know, everybody just hype. Everybody just, you know, having fun. We ain't really here to just, you know, play around. We here to have fun.
Ryan, you know, been on varsity for a few years, but really stepping into a bigger role this season. Had some touchdowns early on, you know, and also had a couple plays where you really kind of broke away from the defensive backs. You know, how much confidence does that receiving group have? Seems like there was a lot of it tonight.
Yeah, our receivers are pretty good this year. We're going to be really good this year. You know, AJ, good passes. You know, he's really getting better from last year. You know, we're going to be a really good receiver. O-line, really good. O-line. That's really the main focus right now. O-line.
Right. And you mentioned that O-line, you know, a lot of new faces there. How impressed were you with the way that they really held their own against the 6A team tonight?
They stepped up tonight. I love it. They stepped up tonight. And shout out to the O-line. They did good.
That's all I got for you. Enjoy the night.
Hey, Josh, can you step a little bit closer over here towards the track line? Actually, we got a little bit of feedback on the mic there. I'd appreciate that. Just come back a lot closer, actually, please. Sorry about the static there, folks, on our connection.
Is this good?
Yeah, that'll work. We'll make it work. So we'll make it work. And just kind of face us, Josh, when you talk, please.
Face you guys.
Face us, yeah. Face us, please. You'll have to get the camera around the other way. Sorry,
gotcha. We're good. Sorry. Joined right now by Ethan Miner. Ethan, varsity debut tonight. Seemed to make the most of it with 3 interceptions. You know, what were the emotions going through your head out there this evening?
We started off a little anxious, but we just, after the first drive, we started to settle in and just play how we play good football.
Ryan, you know, how much did you notice that confidence building for that defense? You know, it seemed like gave up the early touchdown, and then after that, you know, y'all were lights out, shutting them down the whole rest of the way till the end.
Yeah, we just really anxious. I mean, haven't played a real game, and to go out there and to get going out there, it felt good.
Ryan, 3 picks on the evening for you, you know, but how much did those big guys up front and the pressure they're providing, wrecking havoc in the backfield, how much did that play into what y'all were able to do in the secondary?
Yeah, you know, the big boys help. So if they get pressure, we always, you know, can make plays in the secondary. So we just trust in them first to get the pressure, and we make the plays after.
All right, that's all I got for you, Ethan.
Hey, yeah, we'll go back down. We got and then Bobino, make sure to ask him who he wants to give a shout out to tonight.
Absolutely,
After we're done.
I got both of them here with me tonight, Edward Bobino and Brian Bobino. I guess I'll start off with you, Ed. You know, first game of y'all's senior year, what was going through y'all's heads? You know, what were the emotions out there tonight?
It was definitely a lot of emotions. I mean, you just think back to freshman year and you think it's never going to end, and it's the last first game. So you know the end is close, but you want it to end the way you want it to end.
Brian, you know, how big was it for you guys? Had last week canceled on you. Obviously a little bit of frustration there, but how big was it for you guys to go out there and not just get a win, but get a win in dominant fashion?
It was real big because
like I said earlier this week, the team wanted it really bad, and they said it started up front with us, so we had to set the tone and let everybody know that we here to stay for a long run.
And, you know, a lot of new faces out there. One of those guys, Ethan Miner, you know, what's it like for you guys whenever, you know, y'all been here at the varsity level, him playing his first varsity game, 3 interceptions, that's got to be exciting, huh?
Yes, sir. I mean, we trust him a lot. We don't give the quarterback a lot of time to throw it. So when he throw it, Ethan is a good enough corner whether it's a good or a bad ball to make a play on it. So it's real good.
All right, guys, well, I got one last question. I want to ask it to both of y'all. Who do y'all want to give a shout-out to tonight that's out there watching or listening?
My oldest brother just came, Broderick. He just came. This is his first time ever seeing me play, so it's special.
How about you, Brian?
I want to give a shout-out to my nephew because he motivated me to go harder.
You heard it right there, Rob. Joined right now by the Bobino brothers. Great performance out there tonight. We'll see you next week. All right, that does it for our player interviews. Coming up next is going to be Huntsville head coach Rodney Southern.
All right, we'll keep it right down there on you, Josh, down to Coach Southern.
All right, Coach, so obviously started strong. Things slowed down there a little bit to the end, but, you know, what was your message to the team there just now a few minutes ago?
Well, I thought we handled some situations, got sloppy the second half, but, you know, we're still an inexperienced football team in our first game, you know, and like we were talking about before, you know, we got 4 15-year-olds out there that's their first experience at this level, but you know, you kind of harp on the sloppy because you want it to be better than it was, but at the same time, you know, when you're up 41-3 at the half or 41-6 at the half, you know, it's hard for a team sometimes to stay focused, especially a young team. But we did a lot of good things. We got some things to clean up. Our punt was not very good tonight, and that's my responsibility, so I'll have to punish myself, I guess, and clean that up. But, you know, we scored every way we could score. We scored in the kicking game. Should have got 2 scores defensively. I still think that call down there was not the right call. But overall, for a first game, for the amount of time and not being able to play last week, you know, I was very pleased.
Ryan, you know, not being able to play last week obviously got off to a late start this season, but, you know, for y'all, how big was it there to go out tonight after starting late and not just get a win, but to, you know, win big against the 6A opponent in really convincing fashion?
Well, I think it's good for momentum. You know, this group of guys is a little bit different. They're very quiet. They don't get too emotional, which is good. And, you know, we'll build on that because obviously the opponents are going to get bigger and tougher for the next 2 weeks anyway before we hit district. So we still got a lot of work to do, but, you know, we can build off of a lot of what happened tonight.
And, you know, 2 groups we talked about that didn't have much experience, the O-line and the secondary. What were your thoughts just on the way that those 2 position groups performed tonight?
Well, I think just seeing that, you know, their quarterback throws a pretty football, and I think we had opportunities probably to pick off a couple more that 2 or 3 weeks from now or 2 or 3 games from now, I know Darian White probably had an opportunity to get a couple, and when he sees it on film, he's probably going to understand why. But those angles and things like that are until you do it live against somebody. But I thought they played well. I thought we tackled well, which, you know, when you're rushing a quarterback with 4 people and you can get 7 in coverage, you know, you're going to give people problems. And I don't know how many sacks we ended up having, but I know it was 7 at the half. So, and then I thought our O-line protected AJ, you know, when we wanted to throw the football. I don't know what our rushing stats were, but I would assume we had a couple 100 yards rushing. And, you know, in the deep ball that JoJo caught and had one more. So, you know, a lot of good things we can build off of and then clean up the other things. But I thought both of those groups played pretty good tonight.
2 more 6A opponents coming up in Kingwood and C. King before y'all start district play in a couple of weeks. What's the biggest area you'd like to see this team improve on or work on these next few weeks?
Well, obviously the 4th quarter got sloppy, and some of it's a little bit of fatigue, which, you know, you expect that the first game. And we're on a short week next week, so we're going to have to combine a Tuesday and a Wednesday into one practice, which I don't like. But be able to start fast, because this team, I wasn't sure that they would do that. So I think starting fast, and obviously if we can continue to pressure people and stop the run with 5 or 6 in the box, you know, we're going to be tough to handle defensively. And then if AJ continues to improve, which he will, you know, we're going to have a chance to have a pretty good football team.
That's all I got for you, Coach. See you next week.
All right, thanks.
Send it back up to you, Rob.
All right, we'll step aside. We'll take one final break, and when we come back, we'll wrap it up. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network here from AB Squared Self-Storage. Our sponsor will be right back in just a few moments.
AB Square Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they've got it all. AB Square Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment options. Give them a call today at 755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com. AB Square Self-Storage is a proud sponsor of Huntsville Hornet football. Sting 'em Hornets!
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
Hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval. My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder. First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
All right, we'll wrap it up here on the AB Squared Self-Storage final post-game here of the night. Brian, a great win for the Huntsville Hornets, 48-17, the final score. We'll quickly wrap this one up. Heard some great interviews down there. Your final takeaways tonight, Brian?
Well, that's the way you want to start the season. You want to start it off with a big win. Hornets got it tonight. As Coach Southern said a while ago, there were some really good, bright spots. And then there's some things they need to work on. I think some of the penalties towards the end of the ball game is something they need to work on, and they will. Some of the fatigue they had, it's the first game of the season, so some of that's going to play in. But overall, the Hornets were outstanding, and they got some talent this year, and they got some speed. And let me tell you, again, I don't want to be a broken record, but that Hornet defense is nasty. And they keep doing what they're doing. The Hornets are going to get lots of opportunities offensively, and there are going to be lots of points scored.
Well, we got rocking and rolling here tonight. I didn't get a chance to go over shout-outs. We had quite a few text messages come in. I'll read some of those. Someone saying a shout-out to Ethan Casas tonight. We also had a shout-out to Kyra Garcia, freshman varsity cheerleader. I wanted to give the cheerleaders a shout-out also.
Absolutely.
So thank you for sending that in to us. And I promise next week we'll get to them a lot sooner. Also from the Hoaks at Belton University, Mary Hardin Baylor. They're watching Big Jesse Hoak scrimmage tomorrow. Once a Hornet, always a Hornet at Class of 20 O-line. A couple more here. Thanks for the opportunity to give a shout-out to these awesome Hornets from your fans in Illinois. And that's what's really cool, especially bringing video this year. We're going to be able to reach you can always listen, by the way, if you download the KSAM app. But with video, you can access it anywhere also. And then also we had a shout-out and a birthday to Rope Greenhall. Go Hornets. Shout-out and happy birthday again to Rope Greenhall. So that's pretty cool. Sorry we didn't get to those during the game, but we'll do it next week. And, Brian, coming up, we'll be on the road at Kingwood High. A little bit of logistics there that we've got to figure out is they told us we could only have a radio broadcast up there, so we're going to figure out what we can do to get video. Look, if we got to set up in the visitor side again, we'll do that every game if we have to. We want to be able to bring these video to you, to the fans. These kids deserve it, and we appreciate the opportunity. So, Brian, a fun night tonight. Excited about it. We'll be back Kingwood High, 7 o'clock on the road, and then we'll face C.E. King on senior night. That coming up on October the 16th, and we'll just keep rocking and rolling, my friend.
Absolutely. And, again, what a way to get the season started with a big win over a 6A opponent. Next week, same thing, another 6A opponent, and, that's not going to slow the Hornets down or give them any pause whatsoever. They're going to come out and play smash-mouth football the way the Hornets do, and it ought to be a great ball game.
Had a lot of help making this one possible tonight, and just want to thank everybody who helped to make these broadcasts possible here on KSAM. And, Brian, we rocked and rolled through this one here. A few little things, but I'm excited, man, because we'll be there at Kingwood. We'll see what happens there, and then we'll try to continue to keep those winning ways up and rolling as we sign off and keep things rolling throughout this season. I really enjoyed, just one final thing, I really enjoyed those interviews. And, Brian, that's something really critical because we want to highlight these kids. and we definitely want folks to come down and be a part of that coaches show that we'll have, of course, on Mondays there at True Texas Barbecue at HEB, man. So are you going to come down there and hang out with us a little bit, Brian? Do you think, can you come by there?
Man, I'd absolutely love to come by there, and I think what a great opportunity to sit and ask questions to the coach and any other questions you may have, and it'll be such a good time. Good food, good barbecue, and, yeah, man, absolutely. I think it'd be a blast.
Well, that's what we'll do. We'll close it out tonight, and I just wanted to thank everybody again for helping to make this broadcast possible here. Rodney Southern, the athletic director, and also the Hornets head football coach. I want to also thank Lisa Blackburn, the Huntsville athletic business specialist. We couldn't have done this either without the Booster Club, and we want to thank Brandy McLaren and all the Booster members. She's the president of the Huntsville Hornet Booster Club. Also to Coach Wall here we enjoyed the opportunity to be here at Willis, and then for Dave Donahue, the general manager, Steve Ricks, and of course Jarris Warren back at KSAM. I want to thank Nathan Height as well as TJ Garrett and our good friend Mr. Melton back here helping us, Melton Green. For Brian Adams, I'm Rob Hipp, reminding you tonight, friends, that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. One final time, your happy score, 48-17, Huntsville 1-0 in this early season. Good night, and God bless from Willis, Texas. We'll see you next Thursday right back here on the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Thank you, friends.
You've been listening to the Huntsville Hornet Post-Game Report. The broadcast is an exclusive presentation of HEH Communications and the Huntsville Independent School District. Any rebroadcast of this program is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of HEH Communications, HISD, and all participating sponsors. Thanks for listening to Huntsville Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network and 101.7 KSAM.